We are we are at town hall, you know. Hey, at the quint, time run. Time flies. Yes, at the quint. Welcome to town hall. We are some man, but there man, we can't stall and can't fall, man. Yes, man, but there man. All right. So you see brothers and sisters tuning in right now, you know. I'm about to keep it there so because you know this boy, I mean I tell you every other week, you know, every week the government turn up the corruption more and more and more. And it's bad. It's really bad. Yeah, man. Every week, corruption turn up more. And we are saying to stop. When not quit, we want to talk about it, but when Urban Ratty them and Maria signing and everything, you see? Oh, you know, we can't allow Big Mama to just get away. Big Mama forget away that one year when them try to burn down God knows. Yes. We want to know how Big Mama get, because Big Mama say, you know, a surveillance camera. We want to know how Big Mama get the footage. Not the police in the early morning, and how the person reach inside too. Oh. When little mama at the cabinet, at the thing you know, thing the secretary. The cabinet secretary, the parliament secretary, right now. It's bad. Hey, sister.
Greetings. Greetings, my brother. What's going on?
Yeah, man.
A happy and blessed Sunday evening to you and your family and to everybody in the chat. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. Looking forward to a great evening and a blessed week ahead. Much
You
blessings
must,
and a
sister.
lot of
You
love.
must, man.
Yes,
Well, we're
yes,
there.
yes.
We're there. We still have your talk. The first thing, you know, I want to drop a video there where I tell them, Big Mama forget lock up now, you know. We're tired of Big Mama making public mischief, sister. You know, Big Mama, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to show that here on earth, you know. You know, them do it with Granny
Mm-hmm.
Subaru and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Them do it with SSL and them spread lie. Them say rape and thing. But Big Mama them gone too far now. You understand? Big Mama gone
Yeah,
too far now, man. You
mm-hmm.
understand?
Right.
Yeah, Big Mama gone too far now because Big Mama do breaking news, Maria. And
Mm-hmm.
the breaking news, the Big Mama do, I said them need to burn down God knows. Arsonist and breaking
Right.
news. I'm looking at the footage. The front door, God knows, was supposed to look like people going there to, you know. And tell me what now.
Mm-hmm.
Fish
Mm-hmm.
headless. And him turn the, what them call him now, the thing that secretary now, you know.
Permanent secretary in the ministry of in the office of the prime
Cabinet
minister.
secretary. Cabinet
Mm-hmm.
secretary. Yes, I think
Mm-hmm.
him fish headless. Just turn cabinet secretary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Parliamentary secretary. Parliamentary secretary. Yeah. The parliamentary have a secretary, you know. So fish headless are the parliamentary secretary. And them come with a granny Subaru. When you look upon it, it's a straight setup, but it's not set up good. Because what they want to do is move. They want to move. To them, they come with the mark thing and I say, mark it this and that and one bag of thing. And now, you know, them start expose that the Israeli and, you know, the one, the sister, you know, she no renounce none at all. Michelle Charles,
Mm-hmm.
she's still illegal. And plus more than one third of them have citizenship and green card. So like them get fed up now and like them want, you know, them want move the whole, you know, the whole thing, shift it. So them come with a little for them own stunt guy. I try to do a blue
Mm-hmm.
a movie. I don't know what kind of movie that. I better then go backward, go try that and call it a blues. Right? That make no sense. The camera don't make no sense. But me I tell you, the camera don't have no timestamp. You can't have a guard nose, a parliament, and it have camera. Remember the camera there? Maybe it clean every month. You know, some camera right, continue record
Mm-hmm.
24/7. Yes. Oh, them that get out a little clip, there's a little clip when him stand up there. So, you know, it not show where him come from nowhere, when go down there. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then him go inside In the morning, in the look behind him for no police or nobody. Because some of them did it too. Yeah. Come on, think them can't trick nobody. Yes. Because Big Mama always come up with them look a full thing and I tell them say it not work, you know. Now I'll show you it, sister.
All right.
Let me show
All
you.
right. All right.
Yes, I'm going to show you it because when you see this, man, it show you off. Remember now the cabinet we are talking about, you know. We are talking about the parliament, you know. And then come with their foolishness. Come with them in that fire. Yeah, and that are not even fire neither, by the way, you know. Fake God knows fire. Big Mama for charge of public mischief. Look on this. See them break it, you know, early morning, you know. Look what the man stand up. He said right down the road and him know when for walk. So we know say him the part, which part him there, time I walk come that way, you know. In the, if you look on God knows, him under the ledge. And them drop, which part them there, them dry teen. You see them can it out and you can see it bigger. Right? So them definitely drying this where them stand up and I do this. And them send them for do this. Look here. Me not ask. That's how the building looks kind of weird and all them dry mean. Them zoom me in. See them I walk now, look. Walk from under the ledge. Mark out the door. See him leave from under the ledge. And under the door after the ledge, you know. They can't show you that picture there. And him gone inside. It's a door the right there, so when him turn, you know. So you can't go inside, but him gone inside. Look now. Look, him in there around 31 seconds. You understand? So the camera shake. Look how them fool now. Remember him not go back where him come from, you know. Look how them fool. Big Mama never do nothing right yet, you know. Look at the fire that. Him run up. The fire shoot from over him head. Or him get a fire there so I do. Over him head. Something like don't panic gun but over him head, you know, when him shoot out. Somebody in there, you know. Look at now, look here. The camera, look at him run, the camera move from the fire and pan left him. And him run back into the frame of the camera. Look here. Look. Look at the camera shoot. Look when the fire shoot over him head. Every time you watch it, you see something else, you know. Look. It light up, look. Shoot over him head there. And him a run. Look there. But not over him head for the light. See there? Look at the camera move again and him run through the frame. You know, see him good. And then in the building. Him could in the building like this. See there, gone in the building. See there? And no force entry them do it. See there? See it? Look there. You know, so them for charge Big Mama for public mischief. Oh, I'm get the video by the way. Funny. Inside of the building. Remember, I can't go into the building, so you know, sister. I'll show you something. I'll show you something too. See that in the building, them all walk, you know, in the early morning. And Big Mama have this to put it out in the early morning, you know. Not the fire service, not the police, you know. Look where him there. See him stand up him now, look behind him, then him walk. Then give him the go ahead now for walk. Look where my walk come up. Deep and easy. If you look over the ledge that somebody I tell him why you know, see there? Stage, you know. I see them pan out, so them stand up with them there and tell them when to move. All right, I'm going to show you. See him going in? Okay. Okay, sister. I'm going to show you something now. Let me show you something, sister. These are the ledge where I'm walking down. Yeah? Hey, Herb.
Man in the wilderness, Miss Daisy.
With there, man. With there.
Yeah, man.
What, Herb?
Yeah.
Greetings, Sir Herb.
Greetings to you.
Let me just show you about this because I'm going to make them up in a rat to come on, set speed. But you know, Big Mama draw next card today, like the Granny Subaru.
Yeah.
And I want to know, we are tell the police of Jamaica, them for charge Big Mama for public mischief. Big Mama and Little Mama. Now, Little Mama, fish headless. At cock headless. Him now a permanent name parliamentary secretary. And this way, let me show you it. You can see what we are talking. Let me show you this.
All right.
Run this now. We are go through this. See me start. See what them say now. Look here. Him stand up, you know. Him under this, all right? Him stand up right under the ledge. Look here now. He now look for the police and not look how him a walk with. So we ask some question. Look here now. Him barely a walk. Somebody up there tell him where to move to, you know. Somebody up there so can the camera kind of pick it up. So this is a planting. Watch out now. And him now run go back that way. Look here now. Him walk. Barely a move. Maybe if you do arsonist or something, barely a move. Me not like him and the panic head or something. One of the hand up. And him have pass from under the ledge to the door, right? There's a same turn going inside. Okay. Watch this now. Then now move. The camera does this, right? Look. So the camera shake. Somebody hold this.
Yeah.
Look on this now. Them fool in a man. Look on this. Yeah. Look on this now. You might run, you see the fire over him head, and you see the camera move, the camera pan out. Look now. Look, see fire over him head, so it move from him. And him have to run, come back into the frame now. Which camera do this? Him come back into the frame and run out. They move again. Him come back into the frame and them say breaking news. Look here now. Arsonist. Look who say. And then we just see the clippings cut in now. Inside of the building itself now. Look here. Where the building lock up, you know.
So how would he have gotten in there? Somebody
all right. See, you're not supposed to in the building, but we're going to say some of that things to you. That's what this. Them are showing in the building. These are them dirty plan, you know. But this is a public mischief. See them? Yeah. See there? With a little plastic backlim show. That another back where blaze that fire there, them have something like where spit out the fire. That it couldn't be that. That is a melt up. That plastic with that. This is a garbage that again to you know. I can't tell some people. Them show a little plastic buckle. A fire may just see a blaze over your head.
Well, judging from the size of the blaze, I would say you just poured gasoline or something on a fire.
Them shoot it like, you know, like you have a match. All right. So, you know, like when you there dance, and when you run out, when you light, like you have one of the spray, and you just light and this up. So the fire that does shoot. But something shoot. You understand? But it not come out of that, the buckle. The buckle there melt up. If you light the buckle, it melt and everything. So that
but if you pour gasoline on a small fire, it's gonna blaze up the same way.
Yeah, but over him head now. Remember, every throw it on the ground like that upon the ground that it's gonna blaze over him head. That make no sense again. Now we are asked about the camera now. Make we ask some question now. Let me show you something first. This are the ledge. Remember move this. More soon there so. See the ledge where I'm walking under here. See the road? After I'm ledge, see the building. All right. But more I'll show you the door. All right. After the ledge, this are the door. It lock. You're not supposed to see the ledge here, you know.
Yeah.
See, you can't see the ledge. So after other door there, well lock. Never lock, you know. So inside them show it. See they lock. That are the ledge right there, so you know, to me left. So when them turn him, that go through that big door, them door, yeah. You see so the door them lock, them keep lock, and two police always there. Yeah. But when you look, them are show we inside. They must show we inside. That are in a Sunday morning, like to 4. They must show we inside at the building. Him not the
so was security inside the building?
Them always have two police there. Always. Yes. We know police work on them the security thing. So we know them always have two police.
So where were they?
Yes. Them are there. No go that. Let me ask a question. So Big Mama them put it out, say surveillance camera catch them. Or is it that a surveillance was supposed to in the parliament? Or you get a remember the surveillance supposed to have timestamp. That I'm sure you have no timestamp. It's fuzzy.
Yeah.
You know, say good. It a move. Cause for them think that. No
Yeah,
time.
but if that's a handheld camera, that's not a
I mean, what
stationary
the
camera.
anel camera. Tomorrow go mash up Big Mama. That's what I'm saying for go to prison. We not let him go this time. So that's a handheld camera. But him say a surveillance that way him put out. We are going for a few word. So how the hell him get the footage from out of Parliament itself? Who stop it and give him just a little part there? And just that alone we see. Eh? And then who walk with the camera walk itself and then show it inside of the Parliament? How that work? And then how is it that him out of film bed and him can break it in the early morning like that? Him to go to prison, brother. Because that name, that you call that now, that's a security breach. If him can go and access these things, it's a security breach. So me I go with what him say. It's a security breach. Big Mama forget charge. And by the way, that's that skip the script for them write it not good neither now. Public mischief.
Yeah.
But we give the benefit of the doubt and we are saying it's a security breach. Where you say no, Maria? You see what I show you? Yes.
Yes, but Gordon House, Jamaica House, King's House, all ministries, government offices, and government agencies are supposed to be under 24 hours surveillance. Um, Looking at the shaking of the camera, as you and Herb have alluded to, it does not look like that is coming from a security camera that is installed on a building. That looks like somebody is recording
Yes.
the thing as it is unfolding. So the question is, who was recording? Because that is not coming from a surveillance camera. A surveillance camera is supposed to be stationary because you have them at different angles on the roof of a building, side of a building, all of that. So it's supposed to be stationary. So that looks like something that has been moving, like somebody's recording. Now, the other question is, what kind of accelerant was used? Who has access to the building? Where is the police post on the building? And was the post being manned at the time? Were the police officers or security personnel sleeping?
Always, man.
How were they alerted to the fire? So those are questions that we need answers to. But the one question I like, how did he have access? How did he know? And as a matter of fact, who sent him that information at that time of the morning that he can be doing a breaking news? You see? So this doesn't sound like something that happened. It sounds like it was planned. It's not. It wasn't Yes, it wasn't spontaneous. Thank you, Sir Herb. It wasn't. It did not sound like something that as an accident. It doesn't sound like something that happened spontaneously. It sounds like something that was planned. Because why did this information not first come from the fire department, the emergency services, from the police, and even from the Prime Minister's office? Because any such thing, the Prime Minister and the opposition leader are supposed to be notified first. I mean, they're the first persons outside of the JCF and the fire department. Why was Big Mama the first person to be notified? So much so, he was the one at how much o'clock in the morning giving a breaking news. That's very suspicious. That's very suspicious. So it brings into the question all the W's and the H. Why, where, who, what, how, when, and how? Because none of this points to an accident. None of this points to an accident. None of this, because that is Gordon House supposed to be a safe and a fortified building. Accidents can happen anywhere at any time, but this does not look like an accident. It looks like something that was staged. The question is who, why, and why was who had access to it that he could have access footage from inside Gordon House to be showing. So my question now to the JCF: has Big Mama been interrogated? Find out from him, where did he get this information? How did he come by this footage? Because if he's not interrogated for this, then I don't know what to say anymore, but this doesn't look good. And it's a shame. It's a shame because I don't recall a time when we had issues with people attacking the seat of government the way we see this happen yesterday. And this no, this makes no sense. Makes no sense. So the questions are for the person who broke the news and how we acquired the footage, especially footage of inside Gordon House and all of that.
Yes, your take on this. Your take on this planned disaster. Because it must come up again, you know. Yes.
Look, when you have a place like your parliament building, you might be locked up inside, right? But you have inside the building CCTV cameras that you can see who's moving around the building, climbing up on the building, on top of the building. All of that stuff is necessary for parliament building. The level of importance, significance of the building. It's a national monument. So they should have been able to see this guy moving around the building and come out and challenge him. Right? Now, not only are the occupants inside the building monitoring, but you should also have a central station monitoring of the building as well. Central station like in, who's that? Central Police Station downtown. Right? They should be within rapid response to the building. Should have a security operations center, possibly at JDF headquarters, up Park Camp, that's monitoring, right? There should be a lot of monitors here. And they should be able to see. Now, you have one camera that is moving, and it's obviously handheld because it's moving with the person breathing. So why is it that this is being filmed and not from a security camera, right? So this is a joke.
But
Them
here this now.
reporting this as a security breach or event is a joke.
This make it even worse now. Because them saying a report said 10:30, 10:28, we just got 10:30 p.m. last night. Two police officers, because them argued a police officer. Yeah, police officers were on duty at the location. When they smell smoke, them smell what appears to be noxious substance, and check of the premises was carried out. That make no sense to me. This
So
it was
what were the monitoring inside?
That after check of the building were completed, a minor burn was observed. Remember them have video, and you have to tell me the police are monitor the camera and everything.
Yeah.
So them are part of this piece of shit. Because we know, remember police, we know it's a police down there, two of them down there, you know. So them come say it. So oh, him get this now, edit that video, but them say them smell. All the man them reaching at the building, and the building front close. Me tell you say them are part of it. Me tell you say the police, I come and the one of them are big mama, the one of them are part of this. This is how them put out. It wasn't make no more sense now. Eh? So it never makes sense. Police, there. Yeah? You upset. You remember, you know, you have a view where you see the whole front and you have a view to the whole back. And them have camera, I'm a camera, them have a look pan, by the way.
But stick up in Wayne. Go back to what Herb just said. But go back to what Sir Herb just said. Who was monitoring? Because those buildings are supposed to be under 24-hour surveillance. So where were the monitoring stations? Because they should have them at different points, monitoring these buildings for anything and any illegal activity. So who was monitoring? But if you look at how this was, it wasn't recorded from a still camera. And surveillance cameras are what was it a windy night? Because that the cameras were bouncing around. Because this looked like something that was somebody was recording and moving So based on how they moved. And the thing is too, how it is that they say police were on duty, security duty, but we saw the person based on the video presented.
Walk and
Person
everything, yes.
walking, you see everything. The person come in and go, and you see that the person was at an angle recording the person doing all of this. So this doesn't look like something
That make it
that
worse.
was an
Make it feel
accident.
hard
This looked like this was a deliberate act. This looked
Thank
like a
you.
deliberate act. The question is who?
Yes.
And then
And
with
listen,
and whoever got this information first, why did they get the information first? When was the prime minister notified of this security? This is a major security breach. When was the prime minister notified of this? When was the opposition leader notified of this? When was the governor general notified of this? When did the JCF know? When did the JDF know? Because all the security apparatus are supposed to be mobilized in a situation like this. So it's all hands on deck for everybody, because this is the seat of government. So it's hands on deck for everybody. When were all the parties notified of what was going on? And I'd like to know, when was the prime minister notified? And what briefing did he get?
Even more importantly, when was the Speaker of the House notified? Right? Now, look, I would want to send this up to Hollywood, nominate them for a documentary, Academy Award, for a challenging documentary made, because that somebody was trying to make something, start some scandalous behavior to blame somebody else. So the point is, it was a poor attempt at filming and at drama, right? Because the idiot ran off, and I guess the heat must have gotten to him, or he just panicked and ran.
No, that was planned. So them make it come walking. All right. Who police station there? Look on this. Them say a CCTV. Not my word. Them come out and say, no, what pressure them more. Let me say if they can see it. Let me make you see it. CCTV footage. Gone viral. Not my word.
No, just read it. Just read it.
No more the people them see it. You know, we like when them see it herb.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, but them want them see it. So when we are beat them, it won't come up. Hold on. We do it back and carry it back. Yes. You know, all right. So let me see. Them say CCTV footage has gone viral, showing what appeared to be a male pouring substance. It never show the CCTV footage that una talk about pouring substance. We did see a male pouring the substance, ma'am. Any footage show your male?
No.
They show the man
No.
and you fire over him head. Now when you show me a buckle on the ground, a plastic buckle. If you light that and gas in that I got burn, and them couldn't say them smell it. Which part of them did there because them did it for watch the building. Them more in the building, I watch the camera. You can see everybody on the road, them every car and everything. So them are around it, them are see the front, them are see the back, the side and everything. Two of them there. You can go there and walk and go inside, them are lied. Yeah, and them set up, them and Big Mama, it don't make no sense. You understand? CCTV footage. See there?
Yeah.
Not my word, see there? Pouring substance and section of the building.
You
see a male a pour substance?
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
I one of the paper them wrote. You remember the paper them?
No. Yeah, but they usually have the credits at the bottom.
Oh, let me see who wrote it. I loop news one year now. Let me see if them put a credit at the bottom. Can them write some things, but none of them can trick them fully. So them take up this, you know, so them not put the credit team.
And don't put none.
No.
Yeah.
Them not put no credit. See? So them take up
this. What?
I command, don't come on. You notice these things? When you see the police I command, don't run out and come make a speech. Be careful, them know what I want. And the Prime Minister fly out and him not say nothing neither. Him not make speech. Remember, this will be very important for the Prime Minister. I'm supposed to have a honest. I say, yes, this and that. You come and say, Radam. You know what? So I'm silent because you know what I take him on, you know. Him now make no speech. Yeah, the Prime Minister, remember this Parliament, he make a speech. But him now want to hold him by the speech. Him no say go bad, you know.
Yes, but looking at the footage you just showed, Wayne, the footage that has gone viral. That is not from a CCTV. That's not CCTV footage because it's not still. It looks like somebody was recording that. And if you look that, like he was being directed what to do, where to go, when, because he walked up, then he walked into the building, and then because you could see the explosion, you could see the fire explosion, and then he's running out after that, coming out of the camera focus, and then you see him again emerge into the camera, and then he move right back into the camera focus. So this is not a CCTV camera, and that's why I said, when were the authorities notified, and how were they notified? Because why is it that it took a media outlet to put this information out there first and not law enforcement, not the Prime Minister's office? Because this should come first from law enforcement and the Prime Minister's office. And it should be that protocol: law enforcement, then the Prime Minister's office, then the opposition leader. That should be the protocol. So I don't see where the protocols were observed here. What I see is a media outlet running out with breaking news and having footage that I don't even see coming out of law enforcement. If this came out of the JCF, I could understand. If this came out of the fire department, I could understand, because they were on the scene and they were quite likely, following their roles and responsibilities, would have to do that per their investigation. Who gave him this information? Who gave him this footage? How did he acquire it? How did he come by this footage? That is the question. And it doesn't look like CCTV footage. They must come off that because it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look that way. And why were they not under surveillance? Yes, sir, Herb?
It's not CCTV.
That's not CCTV. No, they need to stop it.
And this how them lie. Me tell you, sir. That's what I tell the people. Them that's watch them, you know. Them sit down and the police, them that up there because them have a room. Them have a room with them can sit back front and everywhere. You know, your room that stay if you have CCTV, them that have the camera, the monitors them, and it monitor everywhere. You understand? So when you have a police, they know him, so them walk on the building. He might go inside and I watch you outside. Even if you touch the door, him know. He might watch you. Them know, so we know that. See? So when them put out, I say, no make no sense. A garbage. You can't see somebody attack to him, you know. And them go inside, and then them walk and show we are inside because them fool now. The person makes the police, they can't see, you know, but them smell something. Yeah, but them right, them smell something. I Google to me want run out that we can done him, you know, but him not come out, come say nothing. You know, because them know what going on, you know. And this a big mama idea, and big mama always feel I want to go with it. A big mama plan. Because them want something for the store people. Hey, let me tell you this. I'll Google to figure out prison. And be able to fix. And this stuff fix right. You notice them don't come out and talk about these things. You know the police are make a and say that and them that get run down. Same way with this, you know, sister, look here. Let me show you something. Remember this, and this is a be serious. Look on this. When you look on this, we just draw back something too now. So we know where it come from. Look on this now. Watch this. Remember this? Tell me if you hear that come on and anybody that come from front way, shoot this, grab the glass, take it out and drop it and crush it up and drop it there. So yes. You hear the Prime Minister any one of them will not come say this. Them that try off a date and them time there, but it never work. When we come about this and say it can't go like this. Look on the car, if anything, look on the damage, look on the dirty car, look on this. That the car will be a long time, look on all the wheel, you know, you just come park it there, you know. All sitting, you know, look at. The glass and a shut out neither, you know, one shot. But glass are shut out like this. Look at. The shutter come from up here there, you know, and go in and take up the glass, you know, and crush it up and then take it and reverse and drop it aground. You know, say Big Mama hear that. No, the police them come tap on this. You hear them commit a statement or nothing? No. We know them style. Just watch how them operate. We know them style. We know Big Mama. Big Mama, we know your mama by now. And we know you fear them. You see it? You see this herb? You know, so from attack, you know, say, I know the police them nobody get no up to date. That's serious abuse.
Wayne, in the Gleaner, let me tell you when I'm looking at it right now. The Gleaner today published June 2, 5:53 p.m. So this is an update. And it is titled, "The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that a high-level investigation has been launched into the attempted arson at Gordon House. A senior detective from the headquarters of the Criminal Investigation Branch is leading the probe. Further, Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake has also ordered a review and assessment of the security arrangements of a number of scheduled premises." Scheduled premises include.
Hold on. So instead of order to see the footage, him order for arrangement. Him not order for see nothing at all and talk to them. Me not tell the same part of it. I remember seeing a detective. Who are the detective? I barely them that run out on this. No, this is Parliament. We don't want you about see a senior detective. That makes sense to it. We don't want to see when am I right, Maria. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, but let me continue. Yeah. Scheduled premises, these are the scheduled premises that they include Jamaica House, Gordon House, King's House, and the headquarters of ministries. The police report that about 10 p.m. on Saturday, June 1st, JCF members attached to the Protective Services Division were on regular duty at the Parliament building when they detected the smell of smoke. Upon conducting an external check of the building, they discovered smoke at the entrance and detected an odor smell to kerosene, according to the police. It was reported that they observed a partially burned plastic bottle on the floor and burn marks on the front doors. CCTV footage reviewed shortly thereafter revealed that a lone individual threw a plastic bottle containing an accelerant at the building and ignited it before fleeing north along Duke Street on foot. The police say the fire extinguished naturally, resulting in minimal damage estimated at approximately $80,000. The JCF says this attack on Gordon House, the Parliament of Jamaica, represents a significant and concerning event. The JCF said it is committed to thoroughly investigating the incident to identify and apprehend the perpetrator. Anyone with information is being urged to come forward.
Let me answer something now. So, two police are hurt and a monitor. And him say a kerosene that, kerosene no blaze up. If you say a gas and him throw it, but you're still inside the back there, you know, and up on the door we lock, you know. I remember you said them here are external, that mean them in there, that mean them a monitor outside. You know, say I be like them I tell. Oh, them fool, so. Why I want to put this in the paper and make it worse?
But Wayne, answer her. The question is, where is the police post located? Because I'm quite sure they have to do checks around the building, periodically. But they're supposed to have a police post. Is it inside the building or outside of the building where they have? It's inside the building.
Yes.
So then, because the answer that I want to the question of how did they access footage inside of Gordon House?
All right. Them get footage. Hear this now.
Yeah.
So hear this. You see them inside of the building. Yeah. And them watch every corner of God knows. Them can look up the road and down the road. Because that's how the camera them. We know the camera set. We know people were before them. So we just talk with them. So me just make them know so we know how it's set. We know people work at Jamaica House. We know people work up where the Prime Minister them used to live. Me know we're going up there, me know the army up there, me know these, me know people work at King's House. Me know how it's set. So me just talk with them, you know. And I tell them. So them have the camera them and you can see every corner at the Parliament. Every corner. So when them come with this foolishness, it's garbage. And you couldn't about you smell. Because you don't see. That means them I tell them not see. Them do what them a do with them foolishness. Them and Big Mama, and them know about it. And you notice, the commissioner himself no come out and make a live speech. Them just write and talk what them want to talk. Because them know we want to grab them with it, you know. Them know you have the man that will like, them know we have like we are going to grab them with it. Big Mama are part of this too, you know. That same with Granny Subaru. And you say the police are going to do this and do that. Why them what I'm not talking about TV footage? That ain't CCTV footage. From as long as them go at the door, you get him face good. And them walk inside and I show you inside them a liar. That means them will not work if you won't go smell something. Yeah, watch the road and say everything. Them can't see because them have the monitors them. Them a liar. They are liars. Yes, sir. Not yeah, Mike. Turn on your mic.
No, I'm watching the speed at which the camera adjusted when the guy ran out of the building. And you ask yourself, was that a normal speed or did somebody turn?
Somebody turn.
Turn with the camera, right?
Yes.
So the idea is if you have sensors on the camera, it detects movement, right? But it detects fire also and all this other stuff. And the question then is, if they were monitoring any at all, this guy would have been suspicious from the get-go. The reason you have two officers is one can go in motion while the other one is watching on CCTV. And if there's something happening, the one in motion can actually go to the door, go outside and challenge him, right? So where were the two officers? That's the question now. And what were they doing with regards to challenging this guy as a suspicious character circling the building? And where did the CCTV pick him up first? Did he just come down the road and turn around? How did he approach the building? You know, where was he coming from? I don't have Big Mama show all of that.
And them say everybody will approach the building, you know. So I lie them I tell. Me can't tell them, so I lie them I tell. Me just talk with them and I go, but we know they set out and thing, they can't trick me, you know. Yeah, we know people working them, man, and do them thing, man. And things. So them can't trick me. You understand? So we don't got to tell them stop the lies. Big Mama forget charge. I want to tell you're out there. Every time I vacate to your boss, you know. As a man, FBI man for so much years. So I give a case. But the man they run out with something, man. I say Big Mama time finger up prison or ratty. Hey brother. Turn on your mic.
Yeah, you can't hear me now?
Yeah, man, clear man.
Yeah, well, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Big up all of the people in the chat, the people who are watch. Bless up. Wonderful day for discuss some things were pertinent to the people.
Ratty.
Yeah,
By the man, them. Yeah, brother. Now I'm going to show you back a video. Use them. I'm going to show you a video, right? Them say CCTV footage. Me not say nothing to you. Let me show you that video where them let go. And the bullshit where them attack. But let me just show you first. As a real detective. Because them are a real detective, you know. Them are that. Watch a video here. God knows. Let me try to talk back. You see that you to be there? Let me try to talk. Right up. Clear. You see him stand up? Look now. Stand up, then him gonna move. All right, then he move, barely walk. And then I tell him how to walk, you know. You see him go inside. Time run, him couldn't have the door when I time run from inside. Look at this. And just look at the back of them, I'll show you something. See him barely walk, all right. That's the door there, so him couldn't stop him going in. Just count the second around 31 seconds. Him in there, in the building. Police in the building, you know. Watch this. Just count the second then. Now do around 31 seconds. Look how the fire blaze over him head. And look on the video how it pan out now. Look on it. All right, look how the fire blaze over him head, right? So see the camera move from him. He might run come here, the camera focus now. Look there. It move again from him again. Look. And then him run and gone. And them say this no arsonist and what have you. No, you as a detective, read what it. And then it show with this inside now. Inside. Not the front door. Look on it now. Inside in our parliament. Show with that. All up down pan stairs and up pan stairs. Look there. Show we up there, sir. Remember the fire blaze over I made the while, you know, but they might show me some different thing now. If they show me down there so that uno blaze over I made, you know. They might show us some corner, you know. Look there. Look here. Inside, look there. Look at the buckle there. Let me stop that. It's a plastic buckle this. Right? Them say personal in my buckle, you know, ratty. Personal blaze, so you know. Push fire, so you know. Personal, you know. Look here. No gas. Look here. Plastic buckle too. Sister, inside, look how far inside them gonna. You see the buckle there? You see the buckle there? Where the buckle drop? Far inside. And outside. But if you read the paper now, Ratty, then come with a different thing, say, you know, them inside and them smell and, you know, a cursing aisle, you know, them a cursing aisle when them come like him just through and them never no damage and thing. And inside them going about it. Police inside of the monitor them front time I look on the street, Duke Street, that right? To go up Fletcher's land. Yeah. Them I look on the other street to run crossway. So when you see thing there, central near there. Right? It just run cross. Them can look on the back front and everywhere. But yes, still them on go smell, and when them come out, you know, them see the plastic buckle. You saw the plastic there inside in a parliament. How it open and how him go in there. And Big Mama busted first, and they see them video that them say CC footage at Ratty. I walk and show you CC footage. And well, I mean, Big Mama forgot prison though, you know. Talk to me, Ratty, you're a real investigator, you know. Talk to me now, man. Eh? Too much of this, man.
Yeah, sis, how are you?
Boy,
All right.
I am good in this Sunday, yeah, my brother. Good in this Sunday. Yeah.
Good.
And I,
The
you know,
first
I always have to heal you up on the shows on a Saturday. I didn't watch all of it, but watch blessings.
Thank you. You have a bless up Herbie too, because Herbie get wild last night.
Yeah, I didn't watch all of it, but
Herbie start get wild, man. Herbie start talking about some things about certain ministers. The closer we get to the protest at the wild, I might get to know.
no, they woke the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
I still have a couple of reports by the time.
Yeah, my drinking tea, man. But the first question I have to ask is, how him get inside there? How the door open?
I don't know. Oh, let me answer a question and then you can ask a second question. Let me just answer a question. Parliamentary secretary now, a fish attack headless. From up at the Mouthpiece Radar, him at the parliamentary secretary now, you know. Yes.
Yeah. Me know
yes,
that.
I'm turned parliamentary secretary now. Leave for radio station and then parliamentary secretary. Or I'm get inside. Because me can show you the door. And the door right the same could go in.
Right. So
inside, now look inside, this is the buckle.
Right, because the way I remember God knows is that God knows it's protected and the door is locked. Right?
Yes.
You know, just walk in and just open door and walk in like that. The second thing is you're supposed to have somebody to monitor the cameras them.
The police.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. You have somebody to monitor it, right?
Yes.
And for him come in, for him open the door, come in, go all the way in.
Yes.
Right? And like you said, when him come out, you see the fire over him head.
Over his head.
Yeah, but you don't see the fire, the passageway come to the door. You see it in the back. So
yes. The back way in the back, but the fire van head. You know what that look like? You know, you can stop where you
When you
dance
look,
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
get mad and you do so. And you see the fire spray, it
Mm.
more look like that. First thing nobody else on that doing everything. First thing.
You see, if you open it, because it need oxygen, right?
Yes.
And so what happens is, if you open it and fresh air come in, and you're close enough to it, that would have happened. But they all the way in the back. Like you say,
Yes.
you see all of the blaze and everything in the back. You find the bottle all the way back. So, and not only in the back, you have to turn some corner. You have to turn some
and you on the ground. But
right.
The fire go over your head. Outside.
Right. So something all right there, so brother. And then hold on, and the camera move and catch you movement and go down the street.
The camera
so somebody
move
Ratty, the camera move way ahead of him.
We are in, and then running ahead.
And then run into the picture. So, yeah, I mean, you know, we agreed that we're going to nominate this for Documentary Academy Award. Or Emmy, the Emmy, the TV, yeah. This is weird. It's ridiculous.
Them another award, you know. I don't know if you would know, for the worst movies and worst documentary and worst.
You have the you have the Razzies and you have the tomato, something that has to do with tomato. I know you have the Razzies and another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know something, Sir Rattigan? You know, I think they expect that we're just going to accept what was put out there as gospel, because in situations like this, given the sensitive nature of Gordon House, you would think that some protocols would have been followed, because the first persons to have been notified would have been law enforcement, and then law enforcement would notify the heads of government, speaker, prime minister, opposition leader. Those people are supposed to know. I mean, forthwith, no lay-laying about that. The fire department, police, first responders. But Michael, how did Big Mama come by this footage to be giving out breaking news at that time of the morning? That makes no sense. Because, like you said, who has access to the building? Who opens the door? Who has a key to open and close the place? Where was the police post located? Because none of this makes any sense. And you look at the camera angles, and that is not a stationary camera. Because CCTV footage, you'd have angles from different, positions, But this looks like somebody recording somebody in an act. Not a camera, just record. This is somebody videotaping, giving directions and all of that. This, I hope they understand that this doesn't look good, but then we have to ask the question why? Because I don't recall a time when we have this kind of attack on Gordon House. People really respected, no matter how they dislike the politicians, they respected the seats of government. They respected Jamaica House, King's House, Gordon House, and the ministries. They always took it to the outskirts of those buildings. People never interfered with those buildings. So I didn't know when did this become a thing.
Here's another thing, right?
Our good friend in the chat, Lawman, Christopher Lawman, he says they should run a scam of the area for mobile pings being detected prior to the fire and after the fire, right? In case this idiot was carrying a cell phone on him, you'd have picked up a ping from that cell phone. And then you would see where the phone ping lasts. And that's probably where he's sitting down, resting or whatever. But all kinds of ways this can be investigated. And the pinging for location is one. And could be that they have two phones in the vicinity, right? Mr. Director giving directions and the actor himself. So if you have two pings and you can identify them, then you got your two culprits, right? If you got three, then you maybe have three people out there doing it. Yeah. So
what if no cell phones? What if there was no cell phones within that vicinity for pings to be identified?
Well, Jamaica has the world record for the most cell phones per capita. So I am hoping that that's part of the world record was there, that they were in fact in possession of cell phones, like good idiots do, you know, when they go to a crime scene and create mischief. So,
Here's
who
another
knows?
thing. Here's another thing that I would be looking at. I would be looking at, because obviously the camera was running. So I would look at which direction did he come from. You see him coming from this way.
Down.
Right.
Let him go
But I would
up.
want to run it. Yeah, I would
You
want to
come
run it
from down, Ratty. You
and
are
run
the
up.
detective.
Right.
You come from down, me now go down back. Why me I go up? Remember Fletcher's done up the road, you know. Why me I run up the road?
Well, that's the point me I make. I say we would have want them roll it back and see which direction him come from, because we don't see if him come from up the road and go down and then come and then open the door. We don't see that footage there. So we would have want to see that if the first time them see him is him a come from down the road. Then the question is, why am I going to run up the road? I'm going to run back because him don't know where face him up. So especially if him come with somebody. If him come with somebody, then I'm going to wait for him from the direction where him come from. So him throw it in there and run go that way. The second thing is, don't the so I've actually been inside a guardhouse, and it look like them. It look like, because when you go in, I think you go up, and then you go up to the gallery here, but then you go up and then you can go that way, and you go down and then you get down to which part the speakers, the speaker, the house, which part in office there. Come actually go back there already. No, one of the things when we notice around is that you have a whoop of buildings and them have cameras. So why them not up to now them not check with the other camera people, the other buildings, and say we could see what Then here's the thing. Remember, them are promote Jamaica Eye, and one of the places where Jamaica Eye should have depend is that building. So now the question is, where is Jamaica Eye?
It blind. Rattigan it blind. Jamaica Eye is blind.
Jamaica Eye is the one eye man you talk about.
Cyclops.
And them have one eye that eye closed.
Cyclops.
Yeah, where is Jamaica Eye? Where?
Oh Lord.
But you know, Rattigan, you 1 second when you ask about the other cameras and the other buildings, that is the natural course of events to retrieve the camera footage from those buildings. I bet you any money those are conveniently not working.
Because something like this, an attack like this, is an attack on democracy. It's an attack on the country.
Yes.
So all of them building owners there, you wake them up, and you say, hey, we need to see the footage right now. Because I guarantee you, so them have cameras around down there. But like you said, Maria, conveniently, you're going to hear, the cameras weren't working at the time.
Then so go shoot a madman and say him, you know. After them style, I'll shoot a man and say him did around. Me tell them the truth. You know that thing. Not tell them the truth. But no go that. All right. So you gotta tell me, say no, the place open and you not catch the camera. That mean a man could have just come in and do one of the politician from prime minister opposition and just shoot them in there and just run out and get with them. Because if it was simple like this, me not understand. The door open. The back we are inside of the building.
Right.
The fire shoot over the man head so that it no match with the back home on the ground, you know. It couldn't be him do this, but the fire shoot over him head when him run. So we can look. And you say a curse scene no blaze like that. Gas. If you say gas, why the man them never build a buckle boom and throw it?
No, you're right, you know. You're right. Because you know what happened? No, you're right. Because like I say, I've been inside of the building there, and where them show is in the back of the building. It's not in the front of the building. Because you're going to the building, them have a magnometer right there, so where you have to walk through the thing there and them search and things like that. And then you go in, they're way in the back. So the other question too is, where is CTAC? Where is CTAC in all of this? CTAC is counter-terrorism and organized crime. Where is CTAC?
But today's Gleaner report, in the Gleaner today, at their 522 update, they said the CIB is investigating. Criminal investigation.
No, it should be CTAC.
Or whatever they want to call it, this investigation. But you think.
Yeah, it should be CTAC.
Well, they said CIB. You know?
We forget. So CTAC investigate SSL. I forgot.
But yeah, remember going to the next thing now. When the two police run the monitor them, because remember you can look up the road, down the road, and look if anything you have attack. Right away, he might call police from Central Police Station. He can run pan foot and get it. Me not ask. bike and everything, police are circle the whole area. Hard for him get away. Because police central just right there, you know.
Yeah, central right up the
Bingo
road.
at the turn, it's central there, you know. So I'll be a police, that's why I'm the place. You know, see no fire brigade, you know, see nothing at all. You know, see the police himself come out, tell them over rub them out, you know. Big mama behind this, little mama, and the whole of them behind this. You remember how them say them breaking a guard Jamaica house when them say about some cyber attack. You remember as them a big mama them break it. We hear anything else about it? You notice police them no come and talk. You hear about it's the computer them with thief. You hear anything else about it? From SSL. You don't want to say them style. Them not understand so them style and work. We're watching on a profile no good man, it nasty man. What am I doing?
But wait, back to some. But back to something Sir Herb said earlier about this investigation. They should have multiple centers of surveillance because this is the seat of government. You have Jamaica House, you have King's House, you have the ministry headquarters. So you should have so for something like this to happen at Gordon House, and there wasn't like an immediate response, and somebody arrested, tells me that somebody was slacking off. This does not sound like people are asleep at the wheel, basically. Because if police, they say police, there's a police post there, which means it is under surveillance. Were there any other surveillance apparatus at work outside of the parameters of Gordon House, where they're actually zoned in on Gordon House, so they can see a person coming up the street, going down the street, or whatever, and going toward Gordon House in a way that would, trigger an alarm then, that they can start notifying people to check out that certain person walking. Okay, let's use the White House for example. The minute they see somebody going down a certain way or driving a certain way, it's like all systems off, all alarms go off. So I would think that at Gordon House, you'd have that kind of a system in place where the
Maria,
law enforcement is notified immediately.
Maria, it's in place.
Yeah.
Police, it's in place. So
it wasn't at work. So that system was not at work last night because again, like what Sir Herb said, you need to multiple surveillance centers should be involved in all of this. So who is monitoring Gordon House? Who is monitoring Jamaica House? Who is monitoring King's House? Who is monitoring all the ministries, the ministries? So how can this happen at Gordon House? Is really beyond me. And we have never had this sort of thing happen before. So that leaves a lot of questions to be answered. And I haven't heard anything from the Prime Minister. And he should by now he should have had a press briefing on this issue because it's an attack on democracy, as Rattigan has said. It's basically a terrorist attack. If you look at it from that perspective as well, because they're attacking the seat of government.
Yeah. So when I agree with me, Big Mama them have the footage and everything in our walk and everything, Big Mama them for go to prison.
No, but no, you're out for your arrest.
No, man. Big Mama go get away too much thing. And then police them. Let me tell you this. Now go forward than that. Google too and then for all be a little. Bigger than the law. No right here true, man. They sit down and they make these declare that plan like them want to distract us. Them for go to prison.
Well, I know. Them have an initiative where them start from 2016, where them spend over $1 billion fund. It named Plan Secure Jamaica. Someone know how them secure Jamaica when they can't secure God knows.
Well, yeah, but remember the big conference they had, and they had all those weapons and the man coming out of the ceiling and all. You remember that big presentation? What happened to all of that? And the Meteorine River, as we got the Meteorine River.
You remember we all laugh and say that, how man could come out of the ceiling. I know we didn't need the man to come out of the ceiling. I know we didn't need him to come out of the ceiling. The man that did it.
They won't bother up with the ratty, right? This is called Plan Burn Down Jamaica. That's what this plan is.
Trick the people. Them want shift free, And then we come out and say, "Oh, do this. He's a terrorist."
Yeah,
terrorist. We a stupid thing like this, and we are telling them, "Say them do it." How you think
Well-
that thing so we know so uno forget charge?
Well, Wayne, Ratty,
I
Maria,
think Mama and the crew, you know, including people from in the government.
I think we can.
People them police from uno in the come out, uno for go to prison. You have to do something for try to take them out, you know. You're
can
very light to, you know.
You can
Go on,
practice yourself on the
very
shoulder.
light. You're gentle lady where you sue where you can go and coach. You're very light to, man.
Yeah.
What you say?
Yeah, hold on
Yes.
1 second there. No, hold on 1 second there. Wait, Herb was saying something. Yeah, hold on 1 second. What you was saying, Herb?
I was saying all of us, the 5, can pat ourselves on the shoulder because Jamaican people not falling for this foolishness no more. Seem like they're very well educated now. And what you need to do is tell the Prime Minister and his people must stop it. Right? Don't pull no more of this nonsense looking for any kind of sympathy or anything. It's not going to work. Nobody want to burn you down. They want you to make your declaration and make it truthfully. That's what they want. They don't want to hear no nonsense. Nobody will try to burn anything. If your records were in there, you were trying to burn it. This is a poor attempt at burning them records. Is that
We're not gonna make him burn it down, you know.
Somebody make the one 2 people in the chat make 2 observations, and it's well worth mentioning. One is, you remember them shoot the brother in front of Jamaica House,
right?
And remember the other one with the pipe bombs, with them
Yes.
it's 200 pipe bombs. And them find the pipe bombs not too far from this either, you know. Downtown them find the pipe bomb.
Yeah, this them I do.
Right?
No, this
We
is
want
a
to the
plastic.
seed now. Want to the fertilizer we make the bomb then. Want to
We are gonna start with them this week. We are gonna go back again this week. We are gonna start up some fire upon them now about the fertilizer, because it's a while now. The minister was supposed to provide with the information. Oh, by the way, switching gears just a little. Well, first of all, make we finish that topic here. Come on, I think Maria see it if she watched the show last night, but I don't know if you see it with the murder statistics where we show say a lie, them a lie. The numbers them not right.
You know right?
No, the 300 and something people right now. Them having a thing called death investigations going back to 2016. Remember, no, them say we have some of the best investigators in the world, and with this and with that, and they have people in another pool there from 2016, but them can't tell all now how the people them dead. And from 2016, 17, 18, 19 to 2023, them have 300 and something people in that. And guess what happened? I go back and I pull the stats when them give for the murder rate every year from 2016 to 2023. And so far it's only 1 year where the stat for them give back then, and you go and check now, is the same. Every single one of them increase it, but people now pay attention. People now pay attention. Go back and look at the stats where them give. Just look on 2016 or 2017. And come now and look now at the one of them where them are released now, and you will see that there's an increase every year, and nobody now pay attention to it. And still, even with the increase, them have another 300 bodies. Where them say, well, we have them in this pool and we just can't. In 2018, 71 bodies right now from 2018. Them have. Well, up to now, them can't say all the people them dead.
So wrong figures then give it higher than that. And
it's higher. It's higher.
Yes.
The figure higher. Even if you go back now, Lonesome, if you go back now, forget about the 300 let me just tell you about. But if you just go back now and look, if you go back and try find a report that came out in 2017 or 18, for example, right? And you compare it to one now, and you look at the stats, you will see that the number higher. And if you look at the bottom of the things, them say numbers subject to change because of ongoing investigations. That's what them put at the bottom. Numbers subject.
Let me ask something very important. I ask you something very important. So, if when them go to the Constitution the other day, because my brain just run, you know, my brain still. So if Marky G was a fool and run go sign it now, and like only Snow say nobody know in I. Yeah, carry my damage goods. Him could have used that thing and when I do now and say them try to blow up this and then put off the election and then them stay permanently as president or prime minister. Things like this, him that use.
Look, like you talk about the Constitution.
If them just sign that piece of crap,
well, I
that
know.
use thing like this now for push off the election,
Well,
no, then him not keep nothing.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Me take 1 hour to read that document there. And the things that me find were wrong with that document there. We don't know how them have all of them people, the brilliant minds them, and them couldn't figure it out. Now, if you go and look at the signature page, 3 people never signed. Hugh
Yes.
Small,
Yes.
Anthony Hilton, and Donna
Motley.
Scott Motley. Right. The 3
Yes.
people were put on by the opposition. All right.
Yes.
So in the very last section, them say what them need to do is sensitize the public to what's in the reforms, and also convince them to support it. Right now, when you go to the very well, no, that are the last, that are the last part, right? You go to the first part. No, you go from the back to the front, and you say, okay, how am I gonna do this? You know, one of the things that jump out at me, them do Jamaica have 14 parishes. Them do only 5 town hall meetings. Them do one in St. James, Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, and Portland. 5 them do. Now, how you can expect 1 to the other 9 parishes them?
You need at least 14.
Yeah, them do 5 and say, we do outreach. Then them say them go high schools and I go sensitize the 6 farmers them. Them go 3 high schools. And them expect people and if you see the things inside there, if it's like I say, it no work the paper that them type it on. It no work the paper.
It's true.
You see it.
Utter garbage because the opening pages of it is like they're enshrining corruption, and they're enshrining the power of the political directorate at the expense of the masses. And there's nothing in there about the rights of Jamaican people. What rights do they have to recall any politician they feel is doing them a disservice? Nothing about that. And another thing about doing this thing in phases, it shouldn't be done in phases. It should be done one shot, because they can say, oh, we're going to talk about the rights of the Jamaican people in phase 2. Phase 2 might not come for the next 50 years because they've already enshrined their power. So this shouldn't be done in a piecemeal way. If you're going to reform it, reform the entire thing one shot. And it cannot be done in a few months. This should be done over a number of years. But it should be done one. And certain you shouldn't be putting people like Rocky Mead. What is he doing there? This should not include. While I understand that you need members of the political directorate, it should not be led by. It should not be led by them, because when you read the document, well, my reading of it, it's like something that Andrew Holness just wrote and gave to them and said, "This is to protect me." And the reason I said use Andrew Holness as an example, he is the government of the day, but it applies to any political party in power. But as it is right now, if it was allowed to go through, because they want to ram it through to coincide with the elections next year. So they're not even following the protocol of the current constitution. So they want to ram it through like they have done with other things in the constitution that they have just rammed through with no regard for what the constitution says. So they want to ram it through to meet the elections. So he would have cemented his power, protected himself, protected his cronies, and the Jamaican people would be at the mercy of the political directorate, no matter who is in power. Given that he is in power, he could next year could come and he would say, "Oh, something is 6 months before we decide on having an election." What kind of madness is that? So I am glad that the opposition did not sign off on it. I'm glad that Hugh Small did not sign off on it. He was recommended by the opposition. Hugh Small is a bright legal mind. Anthony Hilton as well, Donna Scott Motley as well. But they have to do this in the best interest of the Jamaican people, because nothing in this 100 and something page document, there's not one line about the Jamaican people and their rights. 2 major issues, one about impeachment and one about a set election date. They are not addressing it at this time. That's what
recall elections also.
Recall elections, none of that. If they were about good governance and transparency and wanting to root out corruption, those things should be front and center. Those things should be at the very first, at the opening pages. The rights of Jamaicans should be in the opening pages of this report, but it's not there. It's going to come. The rights of the Jamaican people should not be coming down the pike. It should be right here and right now. And this is not something that any Jamaican should sign off on. Don't listen to them. Ask them the questions. What about my rights? Why are my rights not enshrined in this new document that you're trying to put forward and trying to ask me to support? My rights are important. How do I hold you accountable? Because you have cemented your power. You have cemented your protection. Nobody can prosecute you. Nobody can hold you accountable. So why should I support that when you are doing it to trample my rights and the rights of my children for generations to come? This is not just about right now. This is about the generations coming in the stead of the present generation.
You know, we go through the document 1 hour, right? And after I'll make some notes while I go through it. I'm gonna come up with 2.5 pages when we type up 2.5 pages are issues. And some issues may just leave out. Some issues like certain voting to remove certain people and them leave that out. But here are some things that jump out at me, right? No, you can remove the president, you know, but you can't remove the parliamentarian. That makes no sense, right? Them have a section where say you can remove the president and them use the term removal. But when it comes to impeachment, which is in removal, you impeach the parliamentarian, them say, no. Guess who did promise impeachment? I think there's somebody by the name of Prime Minister. Yeah. And then somebody that had promised fixed elections. Who that? Somebody that said
100 days.
So
yes.
I don't know why that 100 stick in my head so much, Ratty. I can't understand.
Bram something in him. A Cromwell from England or a Bramwell from Jamaica.
Here the thing now. Here the thing now with the president now. The president is nominated by the prime minister, right? I hear the fool argument to them have now. If them go to the opposition leader and the opposition say, no, I disagree, then them say the opposition now must put up a candidate, and then the prime minister put up theme candidate, and then them do a vote, right? No, here all the thing, screw it.
Prime minister win.
Because what we don't understand is when certain things are going to kick in, because I'm saying before it kick in, you know who are going to be the president? The governor general are going to be the president before everything kick in. He's going to be the president, right? And them say it can be up to for 3 months. No, once the president come on board, and them say if the governor general don't want the position, then guess who get the position? A Custos, right? Somebody where again a political appointee.
Over the JP, them Custos.
Yeah, get it, right? And guess what? And if him no want it, then them get somebody from the Privy Council, the council where advise the governor general. So a theme boys them same way, right? Theme boys and girls. No, them say here's this part and I make no, me not understand them people. I know me not understand we go through them mind. They must say they drunk and they must see that drink when them do this. Them say you cannot impeach. You can't get rid of the parliamentarian, right? Except in a case where the person is treason and an act of violence, right? Treason and act of violence. Now, how do you do this with the
current government
president? With the president,
yes.
Them say this is how you have to do it, right? Then them say, as long as the president in place, you can't serve him no legal process, so you can't serve him no summons, nothing for come to court. But them say, if him commit treason, though, you can move him. But if you do something like that, you have to serve the person legal process. You have to serve him as summons.
So that make no sense, you know. So
you can't serve him. Them say, no, you can't serve him while I'm in office. You can't serve him. Them say you cannot serve him.
You can't move him then, Ratty.
You can't move
him not even for treason then. Because if you can't serve him as in office, or you serve him for treason. If you can't serve him as long as him in office, that don't make no sense, Ratty.
You can't serve him. You can't, it just clear and simple that this thing them never really me don't want to mean people's mental acuity or ability, but for the kind of education, and that's why I'm saying going to school, and getting an education, that's only one way of being educated. because you have people who never go to school who far more educated than them people, I know.
Of course,
That's
true.
just formal education. But you have informal education to a rival formal education.
That not get knowledge, so they can trick you.
No.
So we call it educated fools, like them just say you can read and write, and yes. So but I'm telling this, and you go with it. But somebody will start to ask questions because them can see through the whole of your crap and your lights and everything, You know what it is?
But
People they might have been more educated than you. We might have said you have your masters and everything. Believe it or not. Yes.
If there's one thing that's not there, that is a cure-all for all of that. Does it say anything about a 10-cent bullet? Does it?
Ratty?
What was that?
Does it say anything about a 10-cent bullet?
Where? In the reform?
Yeah. Removing the president.
No. Them say for remove the president. Them say president can be removed from bringing the office in disrepute, endangering the state, misbehaving in a certain manner.
See, what they're forcing the people to do is assassinate their own president. That's the only way to remove him.
Oh, but and you're them put.
What you say? What you say, Wayne?
But you know what? But you know what?
You're empty, that's the coil. You're empty.
Yeah, tell them that it's forcing them to assassinate the man.
Yeah, chop him head off or something with a cutlass.
Yeah, but here's another thing, Here's another thing. Them say, or you can remove the person for any other cause. And then when you say, well, define any other cause, nobody don't know what that means. You see the language, you know where the language come from? This language come from out of the Constitution relative to the DPP. That's where it come from. So you can remove her for infirmity of mind, body, any other cause, right? And nobody don't know what this any other cause mean. I mean, them not show no ingenuity, them not show no creativity. All them do is copy from the old constitution and copy from some other people's constitution, and them claim that they're making it, they're gonna Jamaicanize it. How you make it? How you Jamaicanize it when the Jamaican people don't know about it?
Yeah.
When 9 out of the 14 parishes them have no town hall meeting, yet still she up, skip and jump all over the place, right? And have all of this big committee where them get paid for do all of this nonsense. And then when you said to them, say, okay, what about Kingston and St. Andrew? At the very least, you think that they would have a town hall meeting in a Kingston and St. Andrew, right? Because that's the most populous area. You think they would have one there? So no, them don't have one there. Them St. Mary never have one. St. Anne never have one.
None of them.
Having one. Sorry, what? Stick up here right again. Having one in Kingston and St. Andrew. Remember, you have the universities there.
Right.
You have the colleges and you have the high schools.
Right.
That will be key to this because they are more elevated in their thinking. So for them not to have brought this there and have town halls with them tells you what you need to know. But this report that they put out shows it is a papa duck, baby duck kind of thing scenario they're trying to create. Because this makes no sense.
You them do again, no, for make them slick. The present construct right now of the Senate, them can't get 2/3 unless an opposition member cross the line.
Yeah.
Right? You can't get 2/3. So what them do now? Them said, no, you know what happened now? The prime minister, I think him get 9, something like that, or 4, whatever the number is. But
no, the opposition get 9, and the prime minister get 3.
Him get 3, and
no, the president get 3. The president get 3.
Yeah, the president get 3, and the prime minister get 15. So 15 and 3 are 18, 2/3.
So them get 2/3.
So he might get 2/3. So you never need no opposition. You just get that means he will come out now. It'll be King Andrew. Right? And then in that sense, some come on now for have the gas and say them abundant place. Them have to call state of emergency. So him not have to call no election. So him staying there every 6 months. Him come up with something else.
But when North State saying here, he says, Herb, rat poison can work for a rat. Call the
You
man
know,
a
sir,
rat. I don't
well,
understand this.
sir, technically,
All
right,
right.
right now, as we speak, the Prime Minister can declare a state of emergency based on what happened. Him could have said this is an act of insurgency.
When I got him and do it.
Yeah, but I said technically, him could have do it right
Yes.
now because it's a state of emergency
Yes, so
because
you
we have
gotta
an
keep the
insurgency.
election and then do
People
it for
try
6
to
months.
destroy our institution of democracy and things like that.
Yes.
No, we can't make this go on. Him could have do it
Yes.
right now. Him not to wait for crime go up because crime already up. And him not to
Yes.
use that no more. Him can just use this. Brother.
So him dangerous, you know. But
Well, they have been misleading the people all this time, Ratty. And they've been lying all this time. And so when you have these stats coming out, I mean, you need somebody from up there, like Professor Canute, or some of them other professors, Taylor, or the other one. I mean, these people lie so much and mislead the public so much. You need somebody who's well read in all these underserved communities to read these reports, because they write the reports in such a way that it obscure the truth. And what these people need is somebody to tell them the basic facts that's in a report like this, and don't write it so that you need a damn PhD to read it. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know. But
you see, that is one of my criticisms of civil society in Jamaica. They don't write things so that the ordinary person can understand it. And I mean, I'm not knocking them, but what I'm say is that they need to write it in a plain language so that any man can who have a basic understanding of reading and comprehension can pick it up and understand. But when you read some of these, and I've read a lot of them, when you read some of the press releases from some of these civil, I mean, it's highfalutin language. It's language where the ordinary Jamaican not go understand, and therefore once them pick it up and see them, not bother read it. And so them need to get it in a language where people can break it down so that people can understand. Everybody can understand what going on. Because if you broke it down, everybody understand. If you use highfalutin language,
if everybody understand how they get vote.
Eh?
You know, for them, if everybody understand how they get vote, people know when them start trick them and all kind of things. So they don't want to do that. And we have broke it down for them.
And therein comes our service. That's our service. That's our job.
Yes.
They have to stop.
Righteous records. I don't mean dumb it down. When you said dumb, because I think I know what you mean. But sometimes when you said dumb it down, it kind of offends some people.
Yeah, when I use the word, when I use
dumb it down. Yeah.
Yes.
Just say you write it in a layman's language.
Well, it's the layman's term. Yeah, layman terms. Yeah.
Yes.
A woman.
And Christopher, you're right. Like we're alone, some say, why would they do that? Because then they wouldn't get the vote. And that's why I'm saying that. That's why we're here.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
They don't want to do it. They want to tell us, all right, you what them do now. We stop, let them go. You know, like how, you have some of them do come and say, hey, PR stunt. And them have the local media run out with PR stunt. We overpower that in a long time, you know. That's why them can't stand around here, you know. Because if I one time I just them alone and they put up on them radio and TV station, them was lost. And them say, hey, no care back, you know, because you know, say matter in mind. No care back right in either, you know, him still same way too, and Herb too.
Well, I know. The other day, nationwide radio, I look for somebody, you know, the diaspora for do an interview. So them contact somebody and the person say, yeah man, Ratigan available. And them say, no, we don't want to talk to him.
But you don't want to talk to them neither. Yeah. No, you see it? Right away, our radio station for behave that way then. And a radio station that. I barely them a carry Ratty. You didn't attack your person, man, where you last suit, man. You know, you should come and say, she do a little video. And say, don't mix me because my mother born a Chilani. Nobody come, me know top and bottom Chilani. I mean, you know, my in-laws them come from Chilani, you know, my wife, father, and one bag of people, and you know, yes, and me I say, I mean, know enough people from Chilani, you know, enough sure Chilani and thing. Me no nobody know our mother. And who know our mother know say is a white woman and thing there, you know, come from over so. She nobody come up and say, cause show me your mother book and thing. You know what me say? Yes, Perna Charles Jr. Yes, you are saying this thing I go too far now. No, you went out the other day and attack. Well, to your sister, no renounce your start, say it I go too far now. What do you mean by it I go too far? I don't understand that. I mean, yes, he must depend one of them videos say it I go too far now. Because drunk or jacket ban in London. And you give a shit water down in Westmoreland. Make the shit truck them go sell people water. And make the foreigner them get the water for build building. You understand? And say I renounce £450. And you can just go back and get back your things same time, you know, by the next week. Come read it up. Eh? Him to go back to England. Yes. So what them want to do is just them want to move the things so them are running with a bag of things, Ratty. And we know it. Including your favorite person, Ratty. Because she do a little video now, we tell her, say, come now, you have to come show me passport and everything. So she never answer. Yes? Because Ratty knows so she lie, you know. Ratty, you Ratty, know, them want and she not say about, don't lie and brew. And then when you walk past, so she, them drop back and then everybody else shell. Ratty, she not lie. She not a lie.
Let me just perceive. I sat on the case. Let me just say that she has provided misleading information.
Okay, people who want to break it down. So Ratty, she provide misleading information. Yes, you understand? She lie in our term. You know, Ratty, so if I break on the thing, they couldn't understand. Yes, because some people say misleading. Okay, she lie. She lie. And she just stick on to the lie until we all are. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You want some?
Yes.
Somebody asked me for sending this if you can put it up. It's a good little thing, yeah? And it capture everything what we are saying. Let me show it to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Send it to you. Yeah. All right. Sit there. Yeah, me just send it to you. Is who asked me for send it to you.
Ratty, I look on that. Delroy Wilson from Alabama asked about a t-shirt.
Just take him details. Just take him details.
Send me your details.
Yeah, take him just give him take him number.
Yeah, man, just send the details. You send it to him. Yeah?
Yeah, Kimon Green.
Yeah, man. Yes, send it, Ratty.
Yeah, I send it to you. Kimon, I said just show it. It's a good illustration of what take place in Jamaica right now. How them feed the people them a whole bunch of foolishness, and people are go feet.
All right, because I'm gonna knock it up I know.
Yeah,
people got feet, yes. All right, I could put it up right now.
All right, who never see it yesterday? This is a really nice video to see how the government, how them go about them business and try, you know, influence and convince people with propaganda.
All right, teacher up, same time, you know. Fast, you know.
You might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red.
The brighter one because it looks brighter, so I think of the brighter one right away.
All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what do we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instinct.
True.
Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition.
True. True. Because all right, so my instinct, but that you just talk about the same thing, you know, say you have some people, you know, knowledge of power, you know, because my instinct now, you know, me like do my measurement myself. So if me see something like that, me personally just measure across me and I'm good. You understand? But some people not stay so.
That's where we have
to. Them not question, but them not question pastor. Can't come tell you, me question even the book when I read the Bible. Because something when I have to question it. When I do it in account also, your question God, no man write it. But I got this, that I what them tell me. So me have a question some things that fit not right. That are just me. So you have piece of the pastor when him write because he must and him read for you. I question it. Me question teacher, me question lawyer, me question them. Me politician, me can't trust them.
Because you know why? Because you know why? That is your natural instincts. And we all have it. But some people surrender it. Some people surrender the natural instincts. Because a man have pastor before him name or politician before them name. Them natural instincts, what something I tell them say this not right. Them just say, no, sir, from him I say it, then it must be right. And then them pass it on to them children. And I so.
That's why a show like this, me like sure. We not come and talk. Like you know, that because some people have them show them say, I might tell you something, you know that, you know. What me like do like show the evidence. Not my word. You know, well, I better understand not my word more than me come and talk. You know what is me? I show you something while I'm showing the paper itself. And when Herb said that, I say, no, me like them see it, I say CCTV. Me like do these things because me not go over it back. Not my word. And with them say me I go offer. And with them say foolishness, well, I point out the foolishness we are dissecting. So no my word, and I write the word, and I marry and I herb. We just a dissect when them put on and we are showing say it's stupid. And I disabit them, you know, because the Prime Minister did come and say live in a one room. But him go on the next pulpit, I call it pulpit, can preach, him a preach. And him live in a 2 room this time. Same yard, 2. Remember, 1 room, single parent in single parent. Then live in a 2 room with him mother and him father and him sister. Born and grow in a 2 room. And now him live in a house in just house. He grew up in a house in just house. 3 different things. But enough I want to never see it. You have to put them together. And when you think it out now, him are the lightest man on the earth, you know. Him can't tell me something for me believe it. You're mad. You understand? So if you just one of them believe in Thomas, well, our thing though, you know, you have to educate the people them to, you edify them to, you know. We are show you what them say and hold them by for them one word. So if somebody come out to the one loathsome or the one ratty and marry and herb or mislead people, no. That means that the Prime Minister and minions are who are mislead them not be. We use for them own word and it defeat them because they might tell the people them lie. Like what Ratty does, the illustration where you just watch. Because
yeah, it's funny.
The people there.
Some people, right? I'm here last week. Some people said, well, Ratty gonna spread propaganda and the documents and when put up a bogus. And the documents when put up are come from the government. The documents when put up the government. We get the documents through ATI from the different ministries. I'm gonna put them up, and them say no bogus documents. So we say if a bogus.
But you realize, Rattigan, yeah, but do you realize, Rattigan, that the more you come out on your show and you present these documents, present these evidence, the more Wayne does it. Is the more people on the ground locally in Jamaica are doing it, and they are now presenting evidence and asking questions. Because even with the Constitution report, a lot of people now are pulling back on this, you know. Even people who at first were like, you know, going up, they're like, no, pump the brakes here. Going too fast. What is happening here? So if you weren't doing it, you know, forget the few who hillbillies who can't read, now read fully done. And just even back of the class, because you can be in the back of the class and still learn something. But when you're just fully done, that is a problem, you know. So these fully done people, you have to just leave them alone, right? But the dissemination of the information that has been going on for months now, and especially for this year, all this information that has been rolled out have caused a lot of Jamaicans to really take stock. So don't listen to the few yabba yabba, making noise. Pay attention to those who are repeating the information that you and Herb and Wayne and other people and Mystic Sensation Aromatic are putting out there all the time, and people are repeating it, and people are showing it, and people are asking questions. It means that it is resonating, and nobody's taking that again, taking their word for it. Like your best friend said, never believe the words of a politician. So,
I'm sure that, as one day my eye, and one thing back, because bug life, I want to beat the stick, them, beat the tick, bug life. Yes, man. Bug life for you there.
It's funny because all of this a lot of the information on me.
People do not trust the words of politicians.
Sorry, let me play back again and make it finish.
I've always said to people, do not trust the words of politicians.
True.
Do not trust the words of politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Not my word. Not my word. Finish the thing, Ratty. Not my.
No, is like my ask the people who I'll say a bogus thing. What come to mind is a Jay-Z song. Jay-Z have a song where say, "Oh, you're not feeling me? Pay me no. Oh, you're not feeling me? Fine. It costs you nothing. Pay me no mind." Someone say, "Oh, don't pay me no mind. If you don't feel me, don't just move on and leave me." It's just like, hey, if you don't like what me do on my show, then you don't watch it. Just click off. Just go somewhere else and watch it. You don't have to stay and cause yourself no grief, right? But if them would have just do like when me do, if them really seek truth, and that's it, truth seeking. If them people are really seek truth, then them would have do like where all we are do, search, see it, process it, and understand it for yourself and say, yes, I'm right. When you can look at facts and say, yeah, this is facts, when you can verify and you say, no, it's not facts, then something wrong with you. Again, an example. I asked the Officer Service Commission one question. I said, please tell me if the acting DPP, if she's acting because Paula Llewellyn is on vacation or the office is vacant. Right? Very simple question. Very simple question. It's either yes, she's acting because she's on vacation, or she's acting yes because Paula is on the office is vacant. Then write me back and say, may I ask you official document of a personal nature? Mr. Me not ask if you no document. Me not ask if you no document. That's number one. The number two one, them go to the the other, there's another law. The one where them say VAS that violate one. What name? The one them violate.
The Privacy Act.
Personal identifiable information.
Yes, personally identifiable information. And I think it's their version of the Privacy Act, right?
Yeah.
Them come back and say, them give me two reasons why. One is under the access to information. They say you're asking for an official document with private information that will lead to the identification of the person. I said, but what is this? Everybody know the acting DPP and the former DPP. So we don't understand this. And I'm not asking for an official document. We just want you to just say yes or no. The second thing is when them come, them give me another one and say that if you ask for information and you are you have a financial company, then them can't get. I said, but hold on a second. I never know Ratigan own financial company or associated with financial company. Has nothing to do with what me ask for. But it just goes to show you now that
your SSL boss never tell me.
Irva look no Carva said never tell me neither. No, the people them are run scared right now, because like one politician tell me, him said to me, every time you ask for ATI, we know about it in a parliament. I said, good.
But you know why? This is the first time in the history of the country that there's an intelligent conversation about governance in Jamaica, about how the country is run, and about um, getting information. And they have never been challenged the way that they are being challenged right now. Even though in 2016, 2020, Andrew Holness used social media to boost his election and boost his popularity, it did. The social media of now is not the social media of 2016 and 2020. The social media of now is about edifying and educating people, the Jamaican people, and saying to them, you need to be an informed voter. Do not just get up and vote for the sake of voting. Don't sell your vote. Know what it is that you're voting for. Know who you're voting for and why you're voting for them. So they are finally being held accountable in the public space. So that they have never been challenged this way. And so that is why you'll get some pushback from them because it has never happened before. And I can say to them, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So they either shape up or ship out.
Yeah, J-Mac, you're right. It's a Data Protection Act where quote me Section 6, right? And Section 6 I talk about a financial institution. It has nothing to do with what with my request. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? No, J-Mac, they will get another one, you know. They will get one late tonight and early tomorrow morning. They will get another one. I explain the rubbish out them response and say, no, this is foolishness. I'm not going to show them, say, it have nothing to do with me. Because them just don't want answer. What the Jamaican people need, the taxpayers need to understand is that if it's true that the farmer DPP, Paula Llewellyn, is being paid as DPP, she's getting her regular salary, then Jamaica is paying for they're paying two DPP salaries when they should only be paying one. And that is a problem. And so these are the things that we need for inform people, because people, you know what happened? I tell you what I think happened. One of the reasons I think people, you don't see as much interest, it's gaining traction, but it's because people are spend time now to figure out how them are going to eat tonight, how them are going to work tomorrow. And what we need to do is kind of channel them, focus a little bit and say, here is why you're worried about how you're going to eat tonight. Here is why you're worried about how your kids are going to go to school tomorrow. Here is why, because the money that's supposed to come out and take care of certain things, it's going in people's pockets. That's why. And somebody make a good point in the thing. What we need to do, Herb Murray and Lonesome, we need to start do this. We need to start a steady drumbeat, telling the people that in Jamaica, them need to come together and start protests. Them need to start do that. Them need to start do something now. You know what I mean? Them need to start. We are doing everything that we can here, but if them start protests there, we have protests here, you will see results, my people. Trust me, you will see results. And by the way, Herb have a big thing, not Herb, I mean the whole way I do it, but Herb a spearhead a protest, if you never know, less than 2 weeks in front of the Jamaican embassy in Washington, D.C. And we expect a large turnout for that one. And then after that, we have Man in the Wilderness have a conference in Canada. And after that, we have
July 26th.
Then after that, we'll touch base with the UK people because them need to get some things going. But in August, the end of August, we're going back to New York because we don't think we only had 60 people in New York, and that's not good enough. We need 600. So we're going back to New York. And then we're going to New York Justice, and then after that we're heading back to Miami, and we're going to Miami. We only had 20 people or 30 people in Miami. We need to go back to Miami now and wrap up everything and do Miami Justice. So just keep those dates in mind, or keep those.
You had the Dirty 30 in Miami.
There you go. Kate Love, the
but you know something.
Go ahead. Let me just one quick thing to Kate Love and everybody
go
else
ahead.
in the state in coming from New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey down to Washington, D.C. by bus. Go to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.net, the website, OJLDF.net website, and just sign up because we're going to need a number so that we can tell the bus company if it's more than 50, we're going to need another bus. As of right now, we're looking at one bus. But if we have 100 people, and of course, 2 buses. So just please, I'm asking you, go there and sign up. And all of you planning to go to the bogus conference, the financial conference in Jamaica, June 16th or whatever, take that money. It's only $80 it costs you to come on the bus and get a full hot Jamaican breakfast, right? Take $80 out of that money. The plane ticket for go to Jamaica will be like around, I don't know, $500, $600, $800. Just take $80 and come and make your voice be heard here. Register your displeasure with the government, and we'll be fine. Oh, somebody said we should get a truck for Eastern Parkway. That's a good idea, Loxley. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was about to say that I noticed that of late Jamaicans are kind of waking up, because the news they get is from really social media now. Jamaicans aren't really following local news anymore, so local news is becoming a little obsolete now in Jamaica. So they get their news from social media. And just hearing a lot of people are talking more about the issues facing them while they're trying to navigate how they provide life and make a livelihood for themselves and their children. And one such is I don't know if you watched, it was a public accounts meeting in Parliament early in the week when the tax administration, Julian Robinson, asked about how much it would cost to retrofit the office in Mandeville, and I think St. Mary as well, and it's almost $1 billion. And now that is why you cannot get anything done in Jamaica. That is why you cannot get schools. That is why you cannot get proper hospitals. Because if it's going to take $1 billion to retrofit an office, wouldn't it have been better to buy a piece of land and build that office and put the furniture that you need and the infrastructure that you need in that building itself, rather than spend $1 billion? This is how money goes to waste in Jamaica. And nobody is really, the people who should be talking about it in terms of the private sector and civic societies, they're not talking about it. But people on the ground are feeling it because they have to go to the hospitals. They have to send their children to school. And when you look at, going back to the Data Protection Act, this is something that the minister himself, Darrell Vaz, was a part of putting together, yet he violated it. So what he's facing now is a pushback from people saying they cannot trust him because he's in violation of the very thing that he's supposed to be protecting. So, we have a government in place that is untrustworthy, and it gets worse by the day. And how we get the Jamaican people to really come together is to, instead of fighting each other and fighting against each other, find a cause, rally around that cause, and get themselves into groups, get themselves into organizations, committees, community organizations, so that they can start protesting. Because there need to be a protest in Jamaica, similar to what is happening in the diaspora. So the government sees that people are serious about holding them accountable. This is not about damaging Brand Jamaica, because nobody can damage Brand Jamaica any better than the government itself. You look at the Prime Minister, you look at his whole cabinet, and they're doing the damage to Brand Jamaica. What the diaspora and Jamaicans on the ground are doing is trying to hold them accountable, bring some transparency, and make sure that the government hears the people and not just impose things on them without any repercussions or any pushback. The Jamaica of my parents was my parents. The Jamaica of today, we cannot sit down and accept politicians just doing things and getting away with it without any accountability. Those days are long gone. And so with all the protests happening, what needs to happen is a protest in Jamaica, so the government understands it and gets all the permits that they need. So nothing is done where they can come and say, oh, you don't have your permit, so they can shut it down. Follow all the protocols. And I know there's a fear of retaliation from the government. So many people are scared, but they cannot lock up everybody. But they have to get that movement going.
Yes, because of something to them, and not just one process. You can have 14 parishes, right across, and you have one protest. Believe it, do not forget together and not forget serious now. You have to have even at least 14 courses. And then you have to, and then you just want to talk about you have to do something. We there we start something, you know, and that's something like we need to sit down and watch. So we have to say no man, but they motivate me, you know. So we now go do this. We have to start in our community instead of we just sit down and just catch. We have to start talk to each other. We have to get real. Hold them accountable. Stop them telling no lies. You know, when the prime minister just use, you know, or the government just use, you know, when them feel like to, or just to vote. Yeah, and then turn on this, you know, like the kind of shop where that spread the thing. Remember, hey, one is do some things in a ratty. It out harder still, you know. In this poor people, the man are like poor people, you know. I'm telling the truth. There is nowhere you love the people, them of vote free and you deal with them that way. I'm not going to can. You blame them for a lot of things. And ongoing election, you go on and you care for them. Every Jamaican youth is a stand. Every youth is a stand. But before that, you rather them, only little boys. We never hear no prime minister that come out and no prime minister out yet. You understand? Never yet. Only little boy with gun. Rather 30 years, and then we look short them come now, 12-year-old with a baby still. And we can't tell you again, them they have no man strength. If you live in a volatile community, and a man will say my dad and them thing that take your little youth, you're single mother, and take your little 12-year-old son and give him a gun and say, do this, what you think he might do? He might go listen, he might go school, he might go hear. But then me box him down and do him anything, and then give a man and say, yo, just pull a chicken and shoot a man, they might do it.
Hey, wait.
Most of them have no father figures around them. Allow me to tell you that Urban Maria. And then the government want to take them then now. When them a victim to, you know. And then you give them 50 years on top of that. You just sketch them and give them 50 years, 12. So when them come out, them around 67. 62, 50 years, 62. Yeah? 17-year-old when you come out around, you give them all 12, 50 years, 60 too much that. Around 60, 69, 15-year-old, 67. That means you can't read right and the place that sink. You can't just have a little youth them kind of way, man. You have to find a way, we have to send them back to school. We have to engage them.
Well, that's why they have the restorative justice program. Because that is supposed to work out something where they don't go to jail, but they make amends for what they've done. At the same time, they're going to get rehabilitation. Supposed to get rehabilitation. But the problem is you can't get the youth out of the environment that turned them in the first place. Just like when you recruit a policeman and he becomes a police officer and you keep him in the same bad environment, he gets corrupted by the local don or somebody else who putting pressure on him to do whatever they want to do. He can't resist. He can't go against them. He get killed. So we have to do common sense things like build barracks at a park camp. We can house police officers who are in bad neighborhoods, and then they can go and they can enforce the law in those neighborhoods and don't have to worry about the don. Now, they may have to worry about their relatives who are there, but eventually it's possible you might be able to build even housing at our park camp so you can move the threat from those relatives. But they have to come up with a proposal, something that makes sense, and that's something that serves the police force well. Without that, they're putting these officers and their families at risk. You know?
Yeah, but if we about Urban, next thing again, you know, if we try, you know, so the MP them to do better than this. I'm gonna tell the people them this. I'm want to look through Ratty. These are the things that we are talking about, or we are talking to like MPs. Tell me something on Maria. If an MP mean the people them good, like come here, Queenie talk and say, I mean they are 53 years, more than half a century. And what you do for your area, where you serve for more than half a century, go on about down there. All kind of things down there. If you really mean the people them good, and you represent the people. They were supposed to pay doctors, nurses, professors, and all kind of things. No going to know one bus down there. It's supposed to get better and better by the year. But when you not cater for the people, them online, you know, pocket, we have a problem, we don't know. No, so it go. If a politician cater for you, a member of parliament, and him did a few much, more than 5 decades, and your place gets worse, what that mean to your herb? Him not cater for him, he cater for himself.
Yep.
And then him same love, you know, because him can kill a goat and cook it and go, a belly full, and give you 5 grand. You are giving the work, you know, for 50 years. If you not vote for him every 5 years or 4 years, he don't have a job. So you can keep on giving the work, and then you look at bush work in a December. And you check him and then give you 3 grand. But you give millions every year, you know. Millions. And then when him ready to make Dan come beat all your picking them and do all kind of things to you. That have to change. You're not supposed to have no politician no mixed with no that.
But Wayne, use that same argument, use your same argument and apply it to the constitutional report right now. That is out, right? And they are saying to the Jamaican people, give us the power, vote for us, but you cannot hold us accountable. You see, that doesn't make any sense. That's basically what they're saying. Put us in office, we're going to stay there, we're going to do whatever we want, but you have no rights whatsoever to hold us accountable. Not thanking us things, my brother. It cannot be.
And you see, you have some people forget more punished than some, you know. When you have a little man ratty, you have a little youth hunger, them got thief a mango. A man go for a goat, and I say police push him there, them not kill him, them do him everything. But yes, when you have a politician that thief billions, you call him honorable. You know say him a criminal, but him honorable in your side, and you still have vote for him. You know, sing so, no thank you, no sing stuff for me, you know. And I might think that, you know, if I'm a criminal, if I'm a raper, if I'm rape me and kill them from where you're still a raper, you have to go away. I mean, I like rape, I mean, I like criminal. Me, I go burn you. You couldn't get my vote neither. You have to go away. We want people with clean CV now. If you want to set up the place in our time. You understand? None of no honorable. Or if you're honorable and your name come all in a WikiLeaks and all kind of thing, I'm not chatting with you. I want to pipe and some you to call them criminal. I want a bigger criminal.
Check this out, Wayne.
Listen,
the deep dive team is telling me if you can get them the original copy of that that recording at the or a copy of the actual recording, because they say once it goes through Facebook or any other source, it becomes compressed and they can't analyze it. But the copy of the original tape or the original tape itself can be analyzed, and they can tell you everything. I mean, be able to identify the equipment and everything it was filmed with.
Okay.
But if we can get a hold of the original copy or a copy of that original, don't send it through any social media. You'd have to get them to directly mail it to you.
Okay.
Then it can be analyzed. And we can tell you everything about it. All right. Down to the equipment that was used, maybe even tell you who bought the equipment that it was used to film it. So, you know, you can analyze all these things. We did an analysis before when the Israeli missile struck that Lebanese wharf and kill all them people and destroy half of the wharf. And they were saying, oh, it wasn't a missile. And then we prove it was a missile. So if we can do that with video, then we can do anything with that video that would identify the truth behind that video. Right? But we need to have it.
I just somebody in the chat that said we need to tell the people in Jamaica to support the taxi demonstration. No, but Claudia, tell you the truth. If the taxi man them wouldn't get never go for some pay, maybe they would not demonstrate. We want some make them demonstrate for them money. So we're not gonna tell them to just support them We are telling them we want a demonstration where them hold the government accountable for all them are live on these things and the hospital and things. And that the taxi man them have for the taxi man them have for raise a pay. You understand? So we want a demonstration. No disrespect to them. Can the same commuter them have a pay, the raise a pay. We want a demonstration for know say the hospital them say fix. You understand? We not talk about we say we are building and then not there. You want demonstration because when you go to school, it's all right and these kind of little things. You understand? And them demonstration they want. Not for them a demonstrate, we put money in them pocket. And me, I go say, me, I tell the people them to support them. When them do that now, and the government said, them same one now, we pay 100, I pay 150. And the government subsidize it for them. We want something better for them. So me, I go tell them, go support something when them are lose money to, you know. Remember me tell you something different out of the box, you know. Yes? Another demonstration them here talk. Not because it was around there. You understand? We want a demonstration for a better life for the people them in Jamaica. All them accountable. You understand? Not for you don't have nothing ready to take a taxi, but you can support them and lead the demonstration where we are talking. See? Yes. Them can put food on them table. And then now forgot pick a man mango. No sell karate. Eh? Yeah, man, the demonstration never allow.
Yeah. The demonstration, when would I like to see? Would I like to see an island-wide demonstration, but not when we say island-wide, not at the same time.
No.
Would I like to say, would I like to say one parish, one parish, because the reason why, one of the reasons why kind of don't really want that, because it would give criminal some space for act if you have island-wide, because then you have to go, the police, you know, them are going to mobilize everybody out there, and then the criminals them have free space for act. We don't want that. So what I like it one parish at a time, you know, where them just do the demonstration and deal with it. But them really Jamaica people really have to get up now and do it and test the system, because somebody said to me, well, in order to get there are certain requirements we call the Public Order Act, and you have to get a permit. You have to get a permit, and you have to get a permit from the police. Now, in Kingston and St. Andrew, that permit will come from the police commissioner's office. But what I'd like to see is a lot of you put in the permit, not just one person, just put in a whole heap of permit up there. Because it's almost 1 million people living in Kingston and St. Andrew now, right? So you just said, just flood the office, flood the other offices too with the permit. You get your permit and you go out there, because what we don't want is any illegal protest. We don't want that, because we just ask trouble. Them say DJ Rice, but anyway, Maria, you them talk to. Look at Tony.
We're not talk about that. It's the reason why we ignore that, because we're not giving free publicity, and we're not stupid. When the things still, we're gonna deal with the thing. We're gonna deal with. I'm telling you something, people. It's strategic, you know, and what we are doing. You know? So nobody can trick we with no we could have talking in metaphors. Nobody can trick with no publicity stunt. But we're not ready yet. Anytime we're ready, give it next week and so make it cool out. Them not trick with no public, so we not recognize them. We not recognize them.
You know what?
Yes,
you know
sir.
what? Yeah, the way we think around here, like man of the wilderness, we're not really in the box, you know. We're in the box. We're in the box. We're outside of the box, I think, right now. You know, we're box for the box. You know, we're outside that thing. We're outside that thing right now. Because it's just like how, you know, them come up with this bogus argument about citizenship and passport. Meanwhile, people now have water, them now have food, no education, no health, no road, no this, no that.
Yeah,
and so now we're supposed to start talk about that. And like I've said, you know, whether or not people have passport or not passport or citizenship or whatever, how that going to help the man know who not no dinner tonight? That we want to talk about. We want to talk about putting food on the people. No. Right?
Pick up in before you even move on to that. The argument is being made, especially by the Prime Minister, to say that Mark doesn't qualify to be Prime Minister. Right? So are you saying that given that his statutory declaration has yet to be certified 3 years, Is he saying that with all of that he's qualified, though he lacks integrity, though he has no moral ground on which to stand, though he has questionable character? Is he saying that a person whose statutory declaration is certified, who has British descent who has citizenship by descent, who the Constitution says he has the right to do that? He is saying that he, with all those question marks by his name, is more qualified to be prime minister than the other person. Those are the things that the distraction is a part of, to distract from those arguments. Because he doesn't have the moral ground on which to stand to criticize anybody as a leader using that argument.
I can tell you, because me talk to a whole heap of people, and there's a JLP, and it make it clear to me that him is a. I said to him, you never have to tell me, because it no matter to me, because of issues we are deal with. And him said, well, my JLP man, and him start talk to me, and I said to him, say, constitutionally, there's nothing wrong with what's going on. And him say, yes, but but the morality. We say, whoa, him never even finished the word. We said to him, say, whoa, you the party didn't have no rights to mention morality or ethics. And him shut up. We say, no, I'm a continue. We say, you know why? How can you have a leader who established an anti-corruption agency, just like you said, Maria, and him statutory declarations cannot be certified? And we still await for the third one, People, this month, by the end of this month, the Integrity Commission must, under law, publish the annual report. Must. And the abbreviated form of the statutory declarations for the leader of the opposition and the prime minister, they have to be gazetted. So all of that will happen this month. So we are going to see what will happen. Time will run out. We are going to see what will happen. So, when people say them foolishness, there is like, it just roll off of my shoulder, because like we said, we are talking about issues, and we want to get the Jamaican people in a better position. If you watch the show where the doctor come on, Dr. Ben, and him say, listen, I supported a young leader who inspired me and inspired the nation, and I thought that things would have been better. And him said, but I'm telling you right now, things far worse than it ever was. And him said, that man cannot get my vote again. That's very profound. And him said Saturday.
You see, but make sure you're thinking about it. You see, if you just start, that's what I tell some people, you have to watch the word, Because when the man will study, and study some Monday philosophy, and then the music and the people then. That's when I tell you, say, make them trick you, and you make them do this, and they might go do this, and the people, them, and input them first. Because they might go up there, and then come back and tell you, say, the idea was to move your thinking from poverty to your thinking. Now for move you again, Himself, we have thinking from poverty to prosperity. Another thing that's in the first place, come and have the tape then. This is how I'm stay. When I'm doing flip flop and use the head pan people, I say no need to do that. You understand? Have an art. Have an art. Well, in it, you can't trick the people, everybody like this. It's wrong. Remember, as an opposition, let me just remind him, you never have me get up and say something to you when we're in opposition. No. You say everything what you say, it's recorded, it's right there. But I did not say nothing. So when we are holding to account and we say now fulfill nothing now, what you want to do? We feel just lower you and it stays same, it can't work. All that work, Ratty.
It don't work.
It can't work. So we have to hold him to account. So he can come and tell one thing and then he go around the side and next thing and then flip-flop, like the flip-flops. It can't work. A matter of fact, himself hold him to account. I just try to feel him, and nobody will. Listen, look here. Let me just show you, Listen, I'm going to play two things. That's two small things. Look here. Look here. And can't say no him say it, I tell him all the while. So when you some people get up and talk, them don't know why we do this. Look here. You don't look on this.
Thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough. All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in
Okay.
All
So,
well-thinking Jamaicans should
well,
raise their voice in
and I'll
concert.
play next thing, you know. But
No,
if
no,
him
play it.
said
Hold
this
on.
to me,
Hold on 1 second there. 2015. I want people remember. No, wait there. I just want people remember that in 2015, the murder rate was 1,208. And
yes,
in 2014, right? No, here's the thing. I can understand why. I can understand why would I make that statement there. Because in 2012, it was 1097. 2013, 1,200. 2014, 1,005. Right?
1,005,
So
you know.
1,208 would have caused him to say, yeah. The crime rate high. And so in campaign on that, you know, because him said, remember him said high rates of crime, right? And the murder rate was 1,208. So no, when you make that plea to people and you convince them, say, yes, the murder rate is high because it went up by 203 on the old statistics from 2014 to 2015. So yes, I can understand why you make the argument. So no, you get it. And you spend more money than anybody else, and it not reach 1,208 yet. I mean, I'm not gonna ask for loans from master, because loans from say you must be 1,005.
But that's a bit for me, so yeah, sympathy for him, you know, because him come say this. So me I hold him by him word. Me I hold him by him, and I'm listen. And I'm here at you know, because I soon write up the thing, and I say me I write the element.
Do you recall? Do you recall the Minister of Information, the ad he put out the other day? He was saying when they were in office that everything was going down.
Right.
And then if you put the PNP in office, it's going to go up, as demonstrated by the numbers. But him shoot himself in the foot. Because if people doing their homework, they'll see where the numbers, when they were in office the first time and this time, that the numbers are out of control.
The highest murder rate is 2009, and them go check it. And that upon Bruce Watch.
Yep.
The second highest is 2005. The third highest upon Andrew Watch 2017. The fourth highest upon Bruce Watch, and then Andrew again. Yes.
Well on, you have a JLP stalwart who are gonna run me down today. Cause he must say, oh, the crime rate that come from way down the sun, blah blah blah. And Mr. Tim said, do you know that the top 4, we tell him the top 4 murder rate is up now under the JLP. Him said no lie. Him said lie. Me tell him say we do a program on it already. Me said, no, we know this. We don't guess we guess this.
You see, these are the if them ever go look, them stop question and ask these things. 2009 are the highest one. And 2008 very high too, you know. 2009 at about 1683. 1683.
2009. Them have 1680. But now I'll show you something.
83. So yes. So you see 80 there, so make care about the police statistics. You see it around there. Yeah. 2017, look at 2017. Even at 16 something, 1640.
2017?
Yes, 1640.
2017. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna show you now how they manipulate the stats. In a 2017, at the end of the year, you know how much it was? It was 2017, it was 1616. That's what I'm telling the public. No, today, you know what it is? The new 1647.
1647.
Yeah, but when them first put it out, it was 1616.
I lie them that tell.
Right?
Yes.
You see me I say? So go back to that.
I'm more still fed up on it. You understand? So these are the things I'm telling them to stop it. You notice me now for the rat, I look it up, I mean I have to look it up. So them don't know this and them want, coming at something with it. It is there. Doing the research before an attack. Just doing the research. And Andrew watched that. Andrew was part of the cabinet on the highest murder rate. He make decision too. Not just the Prime Minister. Okay? They were the cabinet. So it depends for them watch. They watch too.
Yeah, look on the stats them now. You know, so from 2016 till now, right? Now look at the stats
Yes.
When them first report them, right? When them first report them compared to now,
Yes.
today, me I talk, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And it's only 1 year where there was no change. Them reported in 2018 that 1,287 people were murdered, and the stats show to the 2018 1,287. Every other year,
Go.
it went up.
Because
Every other
them
year it went up.
stats. Up to last
Yeah.
year, them hide it and pushed up.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
see, most people now go back and look on the stats and then make the comparison, because what we are doing now, we need now go back and make a comparison, like go today and make a comparison from then till now. We are saying no. We could look at what them reported, what them did report
That's
first,
it.
and then look at what them are report now, and you see say every year it go up, every year. So you can't trust them.
No.
You cannot trust them.
But you're talking about statistics, right, Gun? And I remember, I think it was Damon Crawford who talked about. Remember, Andre Hilton up in Augustown had a program to deal with the crime in Augustown, and for 1 year there was not a murder in Augustown. And so the government was measuring during the football season. During the football season, the crime went down during that period because most people were watching football. So Damon Crawford was making the analogy that how can you use that as a part of your statistics gathering and not look at the program in Augustown, that there was no murder for an entire year, but you're using just a short period of time because football is just for 1 month, right? And you're just saying measuring a month. Why not look at what happened in Augustown for that particular year and try to see how that can be replicated, duplicated in other areas? That wasn't done. And when they took office, they scrapped that program. And now what do you see happening in Augustown? A flare up of violence. So clearly something, they are not working with the community and focusing on community crime at a community level. They're just focusing on it on a macro level, not realizing that you have to go into the areas that people are most affected. And like you said, they spend the most money on crime and violence and law enforcement, yet they get the least results. So I don't understand how they explain that.
Can you imagine? Can you just imagine this? That people go missing in Jamaica. I forgot what the estimates were. People go missing. And when you ask the police statistics, say, give me the statistics from 2016 till now for just 2 years. I asked them 2015, 2016, because I think it have to be 6 or 7 years before if somebody is missing, before you go court and you can declare them legally dead. And you said, just give me the stats for 2015, 2016. Let me read it. Let me tell you what them said to me right there. So them say, here it is. Please provide the number of persons who were reported missing in 2015 and 16 and are still unaccounted for. You know what the answer the police tell me? We not keep them statistics there.
It forced with us,
Okay, so who
does? It's unbelievable.
Nobody does, because when somebody missing, who you report it to? The police. And them said, no,
it's bad.
We don't keep them stuff. And I know. And here's the thing.
They have a report. They have the report.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The people again who are saying it's bogus information I have. This information came from, let me tell them where it come from. The Statistics and Information Management Unit of the JCF. And then give me.
Hey, listen.
Brother,
listen.
Tell them, Bratty. Me I come here. Tell them. If you want to
I mean,
the 30s. Money and strike thing, we can see it. You can put it up.
Well, let me tell them again. People, if you don't believe me, file under the Access to Information Act and you can ask all the same questions I ask. I make a compare information with them give you to see if I make up mine. Because this information I just gave you came from the Statistics and Information Management Unit of the JCF. And them give me. And them tell me say we don't collect stats on missing persons. It's them tell me says 300 and something people right now where we don't know what them, but
One second, Ratigan. Wayne, delete narcissist out of the chat, please and thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, you're big and stink and fooly, man. Leave. No catch. Yeah, man. I remember you Peter King, Peter King around here tonight, you know. Can you and the real papa, no Peter King around here. Go catch. Yes. Yes. You see your name? You know, so you want a Peter King boy, man. Go catch. Yes, yes,
so,
yes.
So what the people, all of the people them who think of bogus,
yes.
Ask the police them 5 questions. Ask them to give you the number of death because here's the thing: them have a pool with them called death investigations. Them have another pool with them called self-defense. Them have another pool with them called suicide. Right? And then even when I ask them a simple question like, "Can you tell me for the pathologist then? Can you tell me, because the pathologists have report to them, you know, if there's foul play. Can you tell me," I ask them, please advise, okay, please well, number 5, yeah. All right, please provide the number of suspected homicide autopsies that are outstanding. Them say, we don't collect that information there, no brother. So me I wonder where them collect. A lot of stuff for them should collect. Them said them don't collect it. So we don't even know how many missing adults. At least when Betty Blaine, God bless her soul, may her soul rest in peace. At least she used to have a database for missing children, but it was only children. She not the adults. So for adults, we don't even know. And then we hear stories that people are feed people to alligator, people are tap up people and carry them to feed, people are buried. We don't know. And the police them look like, you know, we don't even care about that. And yet still, we're being told.
Because enough police, the killer one, they might take 8 killing, enough of the body them bury over Port Royal, forgot Port Royal, and them stretch there, enough of them bury. And you have some crocodile over there, so now we might feed them to the Yeah, so the police do it, you know. Feed them burial going over there long time. Ask them, when me attack them, no, me not do tabloid.
Me about a place like you go Hellshire, you know, where them have some alligator, where them push them over the place that too.
Yeah, that them go on there too. But over Port Royal, you see too over there, so for Port Royal, like Airport Road.
Yeah, me know.
Enough body bury over there. Enough. Them have them cemetery over there. Like the man them were them missing and them burn the jeep and then they got the police check 5. Over there them body there too, you know. But them they take with the 3 man from Alpha Boulevard and thing. Over there them carry them and then burn out the jeep. Police take them. Yeah, man. Enough body over there, man. And them Sunday. See, and you have some crocodile over there now, them deal with them, you know. Yeah, man.
And then so people get upset when we criticize the new police commissioner. I said, no, we shouldn't be upset because me criticize. Because, you said something a while ago, you know. You said something. You said that
the new commissioner shouldn't be a commissioner and everything. Let me ask you something. If you have Owen Ellington and I'm nephew, and him and schoolboy Richie Pa from way back down so like Starkey and Hutch, Starkey and Trim, Eckland Jekyll, private Jekyll, yes. And then Finn Bridge, him a commissioner ratty. Him take I wanna push him through, can go tune around. And then him up there and them have to send him down come resign because them catch schoolboy Richie and send him down for coke overseas. Oh the hell you gotta take him nephew where him put in there. That means the man around the force again. I'm putting nephew up there. You know, question, I'm putting in nephew. If you in the commission, you put in nephew as commissioner, right? No, but not serious note. Remember, I'm not going to rank, you know. Them just swapping that thing and pushing me in. You don't take him nephew and push me in? I'm nephew. Just few years, I just tell the was a commissioner. You take him nephew and told him a commissioner, you're kidding me. That's why Jamaica can better. That guy not supposed to be in a commissioner. He's not supposed to even have the force. You understand? Owen Ellington running the force. And I will show you a picture now. And then you know, I'm going to show you one picture. Let me show you one picture here. Tell me if this look good to you. Look here. Let me show you this. Well, anytime when a business and you first sell ganja and I cannot think when a business, that's something swap now. Yeah. Look at that picture here. Tell me now. Look on this. Let me show it better. No, no. What you know, say me not, you know, I don't need you know. Look at that picture here now. Tell me if this look.
The focus.
No, let me show it better. Hold on. Let me show you better. Let me show you the picture better than that. Hold on. More you tell me something about that picture, you know. Let me just show you better. I want everybody to see the picture. Because we not play around here. We not play around here. You are lock up people for ganja and you first. You know, export ganja and all kind of things. It's wrong. These things wrong. Nobody not talk it. That mean me not understand. You when it class as drugs back in the days, they lock up how much man fit or you glad to export it so better. Yeah? And your sidekick Ghana prison for drugs too. I mean, you're not chatting with them, you know. Look at. You know that picture, Ratty? What the picture look to you?
Let me see. I hope people with face look familiar.
No, that look good to you. Look on that picture. That look good to you. No,
yeah, Mr. Fitzbailey, Mr. the new commissioner,
okay.
Minister Grange, Mr. Farmer PC.
Yes.
Ellington, the athlete there who can't.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know who that lady is on the far.
All right. So tell me something now. Them five I know. So him the farmer commissioner. And them a minister. That one I think in a national security. So
junior minister in a national security.
Who lock them up? Who charge them? Or if them man if get fire, who fire them? This can't write Ratty. This is an official duty, you know. See them, you know, them little thing that them go out, you know. And them apart. This no right, none at all. Me not even ask. You see the clique of them? Very dangerous. That's why some people can't go to prison. You see why they not go to prison or Ratty? I don't joke now, man. This took to you, brother. This took good. So if you have one of the cougar them now to do something and who are sent for them? The commissioner, the deputy commissioner, who are sent for them? You show them smile and feel good. If you remove the commissioner, one of them for something, who are move them? The number 2 in the National Security Ministry. You think so? Eh? Them friend and company thing in them kind of thing I can't work, brother. You're not them to be a face too, you know. You understand? And Strike 5, by the way. Me see how they are club. After she let go, man, she their club. See them club with the man, them one. Can you remember that? Something with man. You understand, boy?
Ribbies you talk about?
Not ribbies, in party.
Okay.
Yeah, up them here talk. Remember I'm having party up there, you know, than when name query. But remember I said the girl said she no respond, she no want and then the case flap. Then me see she a boogie down in the same club, don't. You know them conflict of interest, Ratty. Them take people feed that boy, you know. This should stop. You understand? So it's if them collabo, there is no way you got charge one of them collabo. Them can't do nothing wrong. When police should be police as a minister for be minister, brother. No two way about it. No security.
See him so.
Yeah? Yeah, this wrong.
Two things. Somebody mentioned earlier, said that you know, if it's hopeless to apply to the who's this? Andrew Leslie?
Andrew, where's Ratty?
Andrew Leslie, I forget with Andrew Leslie, right? That's all.
Andrew, you can't call see the Ratty have a movie, you know, but you can't call the man hypocrite, man. Ratty no hypocrite, you can't do that, man. Nah, sir.
Listen, Wayne.
Yes.
I put this thing up in the private chat because I couldn't get it into the open chat. It's the statistics from the Latin American Statistica. That's their Latin American Caribbean statistics for murders, right? It's far different than what the UNODC put out. UNODC say St. Vincent Grenadines and St. Kitts surpassed Jamaica. Jamaica in third place in murders, right?
Yes.
Well, Statistica is saying no, Jamaica is number one,
Yeah.
60.9 per 100,000. So I would,
Well, on the 50 had with the dead the other day. We reached 60.9 backside.
that's it. As of the end
Yeah.
of March this year, they
So
said
but
Jamaica's
yeah.
murder rate was 60.9 per 100,000. So they have a more accurate count than what the US has.
60.9.
Yep.
You think I like 54 point something, 60.9 never know.
Yeah, if you open it up, you'll see
But
all
put it
the
up there now
countries.
so them can't open it, them can't press on it and see it. Me just save it with them.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you can put it out in the chat, that would be good.
But put it out in the chat where them can't go read it. Me just put it, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see
Then
it
press
now.
on it,
I
yes.
see it now.
Mm.
60.9. So
Yeah.
it just tells you that they can fudge figures all they want. These people are doing deep dives to come up with the correct figure, and they need to really check it out and see where those numbers came from. They really do, because 60.9 is pretty high.
Yes.
Remember, we were saying last year a lot of guns were blazing, 4 or 5 people at a time dying on different days. That's why it came out too, 60.9. So as far as I can tell, where Ratty said that they are in fact lying. The figures they put out is very suspect.
That's true.
If I'm talking about Ratty, the 60.9 per 100,000 that Statistica came up with, Jamaica's murder rate.
Mm-hmm.
You open it?
Oh no, I didn't open it. Oh, where you send it?
You
send it to
private
me.
chat. Private chat.
Oh, sorry.
But it really bad. You see, but you see, all them around the country now. You see, General Lampire, he leave the army, and Ratty. And when you look now, him ambassador, he must sign off from our constitution, General Lampire. When come with pen aside, you never know planting can sign, man, planting. When go sign?
He's supposed to be a Rhodes Scholar, I think. Speak 5 languages. Yeah. Speak 5 languages.
But, and Ratty, you said I keep the tone on meet, Ratty. What them should I do? You want to reach you have to reach the world public. You don't make every radio station, even through GIS, free to air, and TV, carry it. When you have broadcast, when you have a town hall, you can have a town hall with 100 or 200 people, and you're a broadcaster. You understand? Ratty? Every paper, everybody, you get them involved right round. So where the government did I do with film the town hall, they look a 5, a joke, garbage. Because you should have put on TV and everything. They pay everything.
Herb, the 60.9
referendum to the people and then. You understand?
The 60.9 where you're sure it looks like they're number one.
Jamaica is number one.
Yeah, the 60.9 per 100,000.
Yeah, Jamaica is number one, clearly. Right? Now, even though it's Latin America and the Caribbean, that translates worldwide in the world. We're number one in the world.
Number one in the world. All in the war too, right? Now in the Ukraine, we're still number one, yeah.
We're number one.
Yes. Number one.
They want to say it sound like a gold medal we win, man. Say, yeah, man, a number one.
Hey, yeah, we're
number one for the wrong reason.
Number one, man, a gold medal, man. Yeah, man, number one. Maria, you know, hear them song. Herb say, yeah, man, number one. You're doing something. Yeah, man, number one.
Man, number one for the wrong reason.
Now you understand why Maria's friend had to leave in a hurry. When this come out, they would have bust him out.
Let me just say that somebody in the chat had said that that it would be futile to apply for a permit to protest because I'm not gonna get it. Well, let me make you a solemn promise now. Any one of you apply for a permit and you don't get it, One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation will assist you in getting that permit, even if it means we have to go to court. And we will help you if them turn it on. We will help in terms of filing the request for you to get the permit, because maybe you put something wrong on the paper, maybe not put the information. So we will take a look at it. Go ahead and do it. Follow the instructions, and then if you get turned down, then we will assist with that. That's my solemn promise to you, and the promise of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. The other thing is that Lonesome played something where the Prime Minister said we have to hold people accountable. And if you notice, and people accuse us of being partisan, right? But it was the Prime Minister who said you have to hold government accountable. And if you notice, when you hold people accountable, them get upset because and like you say, it's not our words, it's his words. He must say hold government accountable. And that is what we're doing, and people get upset. I don't understand why.
So what the government? So who for well accountable itself? Well, but may I give them something? And
if you notice, whenever I ask for regime change or government for change or whatever, we just say hold government accountable. That's all.
Yes.
People are gonna make up their mind, People will make up their mind, but we just have to hold government accountable.
But hear this, Ratty. Hear this. Not our word.
So why you come to do that foolishness, You elect a prime minister,
Okay.
and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses.
Yes.
Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want to right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Play it again.
So why you come to do that foolishness, You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country.
Yes, sir.
It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them.
Yes, sir.
Stop making excuses.
Oh, good.
Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want to right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Simple.
We don't chat.
Simple.
Him said, that's what running away.
Like a kettle.
We don't see
And you want
somebody
to
up
call
there.
like a market man.
Yes. Nobody tell me what to do. So I remember, I own this real fella, and nobody, I own this. We play it and we show it, him tell we all well-thinking Jamaican. Remember, we're well-thinking Jamaican. Remember, we think out of the box, we're in the box. So I'm saying we provides in concert, in unison, yeah, and we hold him accountable. Now I'm saying it again. Prime Minister himself, I'm going to start making excuse. Who come here to make excuse now flush? I just see somebody I say, them can grant me for 200,000. Let me tell you this. I must move around that and ban around 200,000. Believe it or not. Thousands of them ban already and them come back, I'm not play. You notice that's something I say like I share. So Mr. When I say can grant for 200,000 subscribers. Remember, I not watch that. I mean I say like I share. And that enough of them way in the Prime Minister constituency, any one of them. Them have to put some of the commanders and respect for one name. You see my subscribers? I remember each subscribers have big TV. Enough of them have big TV when I'm watching whole family, whole bar and whole thing. So remember that. You understand? So we exercise pause on here same way. Yeah, like we're saying so make him stay there. We are all accountable. Well, I put more outside more than even want to see there right now. So me just put out the one where I talk about Ratty. Me just put him outside, I'm going to put Peter King boy outside. That's a little career for one day. Because I know say him not trouble the company. Yes. I put that one there outside too. But I say him 13 years old. Yes.
Well, see, Christopher said the right. Christopher said, listen, if and when Mark Golan and the PNP, if them take the mantle of power, we're gonna hold them accountable. Same way yourself. And then somebody we're gonna hold them accountable. And then but then somebody make another point. I think it might be the same person, I'm not sure. But somebody make another point and them say, here's what you do. Oh, Kevin Fairclough. Sound funny, but that to him say, if you want the permit, just go and tell the police commissioner say you want to protest against Mark Golding, and then when you get the permit, then you protest against the government.
Yep.
No, but if the commissioner
Yeah,
join the car
but
against
he,
them,
that same person in the chat, Kevin Fairclough, earlier asked a very important question. How can you spend the most to fight crime but have the worst outcome?
the worst.
That's a question
No, it's
to
not the
ask.
worst. It's the first. It's the
The
first.
Worst outcome.
No, it's not the worst. It's the first. Look at
First
it with that.
But you see, Maria, that's the question we asking our Congress people. We're asking them, how do you hold the government of Jamaica or any other Caribbean government accountable when they have the worst results after you don't give them millions of dollars, right, to fight crime? And it's unacceptable. Because if you remember, and I keep remembering this, Ratty, when you raise the question, the head of Grace Kennedy bringing up to the Minister of National Security, Dr. Chan, and say, how can you be talking about resolving crime and you have not spent over
Right.
2/3 of the money
On
that
the
you
budget, right.
budgeted to fight crime? So it was an interesting point, because at that point, it was September, I think, of last year, or August, when he made that point. And you only had 4 months left in the year. So you ask yourself, what reason would they have not spending the money and following the plans they made for fighting crime? It makes no sense to me. And that's one of the things we got to deal with. Are they following some kind of playbook? And what is the playbook that they have? The people of Jamaica, if they have transparency, they should be able to follow the playbook online and see exactly what the government is doing. But there's no accountability and there's no transparency. So you have bad governance.
You're right.
But it's, sorry, 1 minute there, wait. They talk about it and try to make it seem as if we're being political. And like Rattigan said, Mark Golden becomes minister, he'll be held to the same standard that we're holding Andrew Holness to. But what they fail to realize is that there's a system of corruption that has been entrenched in Jamaica for a very long time.
Yeah.
And if the system of corruption is not addressed, then it will go on and on and on. So it's not the reason Andrew Holness has gotten caught up in this, because he's the government of the day. So we're addressing the government of the day with the power of the purse strings. And in addressing the government of the day, we're trying to use the accountability of holding them accountable to address the systems of corruption, so we can at least start putting a dent in it to make sure that the government coming in their stead will do accordingly and not fall prey to that system which has been in operation for a very long time and has gone unchecked until now.
So you just say, Maria, the Prime Minister, let me tell you, the minister, them how them work. And the Prime Minister, them do a lot of PR and it not work again. We just straight to the people, them are not true. Them get thrown and them do a lot of PR, and people them tired of that. Like, we spend the most money, and then them just cut through ribbon. We build the most fire station, when you turn on fire station and leak and nothing no go so. We repair the most police station. We build the most, and when you look at one, but them build almost around 5, one but them build full of water off the crab. Yeah? Then I went, when you look, it a leak. Them a leak, them mash up, them a fix. Where the money going at, we don't know where it is. But them say them spend the money and we don't see where it spend. Right now, we don't see the commissioner say, I buy how much 1,000 bulletproof vests. Now the same thing James did, Ron James did talk about Arati. And them say I tell lie. Yeah? Chairman Ron James did talk the same thing, and I see that, so when them do they move him. So when you talk, them just move him because you're not supposed to speak truth. If you tell lie and follow them. I mean, I say real warriors not follow people, make them train him to come tell lion work and little things, you know. My love him stand him ground still, you know. Although them victimize him, you know. Them victimize him. And that bad. And nobody not supposed to put up with what them go on with him. It's wrong. It's more than wrong. You understand? Him never do not wrong, you know, him just stand up and talk to them as a big man. They might take him like him a little boy. And him shouldn't talk. And see them up to the court. That's why I'm on the court against him too. The court. That them put him out. Them put him out. Them take away the shamanship. Them find out them have feed them where. Them put out all them personal information. Big mama them. And for lawsuit them.
And for lawsuit
them. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
They call it Data Protection Act.
We thought them say destroy your brother. Yes, Ratty.
Another Data Protection Act. Him would have a lawsuit, and I'm sure there are other acts as well in Jamaica. But you know what's just funny? I don't say funny, we just laugh. Is when people accuse us of being partisan, and then you said to them, "So tell me something that I've said that is wrong. Correct me." That's what, as brothers and sisters, that's what we need to do. We don't need to fight and fuss and carry on. Just tell me where I'm wrong, and let's have a discussion and then do. But you see what happened is that some people, they have been the lies have been baked into who they are, and so them cannot see a broad perspective, and them don't want to hear what you have to say. Because them just say, even when them say them can't believe your lying eyes, right? And it's like them just not believe what them even see. Them just not believe it. And people like that, you just have to ignore them. Because you cannot get through to them.
Because them put party of a country. We don't have no time for that. Me not vote. And not like me I run come vote. You know see me. You know see my hand I go because me want to put my hand on the dark shit shoes. Nobody couldn't get my vote. And matter of fact, I'm about that. Because you disrespect for people them. When you tuck up like acrobat and put up your shoes, you make people use them and clean it and then turn around and vote for you. Oh, me I give you a work. That's for sure. So them play for people them ignorance, you know. Because me I give you a work where you make millions and then me I take my hand and clean your little dirty thinking shoes. Your cranny shoes. Clean it with my hand. So me I bow to you and you allow that for your prime minister or a prime minister wife. We're not ready yet. Certain things you do not do. Just think about yourself. Even if the people them, even if you know so them in a dark world, you don't do that. You know you're like disadvantage of them like that. When you look, you are dependent on them vote, you know. For your job, you know, for the next 5 years, you know. But yes, they turn around and I use them in front of them own face. And I saw you want them to stay dark. That them can't.
Because you know why? Because you know why? People
Yes.
subject themselves to that, and we need to take off the scales off of them eyes so that they open up them brain so that them can understand that. And them are the real boss. Them are the real bro God. Because them not believe that. You know, people come and like you said, they feed them the lies, and then you feed them children the lies, and you feed and then you just baked into them psyche and them can't get it out. So that's why them resist us when we come with the truth. The truth painful at times, you know. Very painful, because if you believe in something, you know, and somebody come and start through, you say, well, look here, take a look at this, because if you believe this, then it go against your belief, and this is the truth, and you look upon it and them examine it, them no want to hear from you because them can't deal with the truth, right? You have people like that. So people like that we don't waste time on people like that. We move on and talk to people who show a willingness. Them all in position, but them show a willingness to engage and say, all right, tell me now, and you can exchange ideas, you can exchange thoughts. But the ones them who lock you off, you waste your time and talk to them.
Yeah, man. That's not to the right thing, man. We not with them, we not play with them, bro. Yeah. And matter of fact, them not gonna draw a card for me. Me no know. And I like we have feel guilty for something and me have to explain. Me not explain myself to people because me not take that. Me just telling again. Me not like no for uno where I rape look a pitney like them look one the way. See, because them a rape at 3, no for them, you know. But follow Andrew. Like the drunk or they rape look a pitney. And anybody follow him, them a rape at 2, you know. So me just start straight, 13-year-old, rape pitney. Remember, uno forget sentence, you know. We are record for uno too. Yeah. I remember overhead, uno can't go in. If I'm a rape, uno can't come on, you know, we are banning up straight. They could just tell you know. And a man can't make me come say nothing at all run and like what you know, like we are explaining and say, hey, them say one of this. Me not even not that with them. Me I run on about them. Me not explain to one either. Me just reach out back to some of the people them where, you know, where them are all down. You notice me talk on a brother skill when I say, stop do these things and make the Prime Minister use them. Me not explain to one, you know. When you run around us, ban when I get banned. Yes, because when I follow rapers and them things, they don't come on either, you know. Yes.
Yesterday,
Yeah,
I use the ban button hard tonight. Me use it all yesterday, but me not even talk about it, you know. Me just see something and me just ban and me just move on. Me nobody say nothing. But start next week, we have a monitor. We have a monitor next week. Somebody in the chat who, as soon as you skid, them run you off your road.
Yeah, man. Boss, you punch at them time and go crash, man. Same time. Go away, go over some, man. Yeah, man. Anything where if you see them not good and I mislead people and then stay over, so no come on here. We not invite you know. Saying? So no come on here. Can me put, hey, as me just saying, me somebody just said 200,000 and I said, listen, I put out around the same amount of thousands of people around me. And that's why I do not say like and subscribe because I'm never running away. Yes. From when I deal with the arms house, no come on here. We're not criminal, don't come on here. Stay with the raper. Yeah? Yes. All right? That good. Well, we see we are come up to around 5 minutes now. I don't know it. You are ready. And Mr. Sarati. You not talk about Ratina, sister. Mrs. Sarati, Ratina eating dinner yet, you know, people. No people eat yet. Me know, man. And another 5 minutes. Herb too. I don't know if herb tea. Herb tea done. Herb, so Herb still have anything I drink. But I know I'm hungry too. I know my sister want a cup of tea tonight too, you know. And I'm alone, I drink a cup of tea. You see it? You see it? Eh? We sit down here and we do everything and we, you know, we have to go eat some food and all, because the stomach not feel so nice, you know, but we still have to do what we are doing, not true. I will tell you the truth, the stomach not feel so nice, but we have to go eat some food. So we have 5 minutes. Where are Sarati?
Why, the people, what we need for the is sign up for the bus ride from if you live in a Connecticut, Jersey, even Massachusetts, New York. Sign up for the bus ride. Go to the ojldf.net website and just sign up. Prezi is the man in charge of that, and we need to get the numbers them this week so that we can make arrangements with the bus company, because we have less than 3 weeks before the epic protest in front of the Jamaican Embassy on New Hampshire Avenue in Washington, D.C. And Herb will tell you more about it, but it's not just one day. Herb set up a really nice program so you can come in and meet with your congressman, and then all of you who are talk about Magnitsky, we're going to provide you with information so you can go and meet your representative and talk about Magnitsky. You can talk about the Bribery Act. You can talk about the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. You can talk about the Foreign Agents Registration Act and other things you can talk to them about, so that we can hold government accountable, because we always show government say, you know, after really living in Jamaica, you can hold them accountable, but you don't have to live in Jamaica to hold them accountable. You can hold them accountable even outside of Jamaica. And that is what we're doing. And we expect and we hope and we are beseeching the people in Jamaica to go ahead and do what they need to do. Follow, if you want to follow our leader, take a different path, but hold government accountable. And I am making a plea that for the month of December, this is for the people in the diaspora, no cash going to Jamaica. If you have cash that you're going to send for medicines, essentials, you send it in November, but then you send barrels in December. No money. We're going to show them how powerful the diaspora is, because them they mean the money, they mean the remittances in a year. Them say, oh, no send that to no auntie or no uncle or no cousin. But no telling us them use it as foreign exchange, you know. Because them not tell us them use it as foreign exchange. So we are going to see now.
Balance of payments.
Right. So we are going to see now. So we are make a plea. June we know, we have 6 months, 5 months actually. We are say Whatever you send go Jamaica, send it in the next 5 months because the 6 months you not send no money at all. Send the barrel with the food, make sure to the people them take and give them advance notice. That's why I said do it from now. So them know say December, no foreign exchange come at Jamaica. None. That me I asking if you think about, that me I asking if you do. And Herb going to talk about the protest in DC and tune into Reason with Traffic on this Saturday. We have more exciting things to talk about. And we are changing up the program a little bit. We want to finish it up at 8 o'clock now instead of midnight. Because it kill me off. I go midnight and then do another program from midnight to 2.
Oh, midnight.
So we're going to try. We're going to have it set out and things like that. So stay tuned for that. So thank you for having me here, as usual.
Yeah, you know, brother, we were up in
Family will say.
Let me tell you something. Hey, people, me talk straight when I go on, because I'm hungry like a dog, you know. So, you know, yes. I mean, no, I'm hungry like a dog, too. I don't feel no way. Me not talk about me. I herb, too. Even my sister, I mean, she peckish, like I'm doing. You know, yes. Not you, Maria.
Oh, well on there. And somebody say, don't buy Grace product. Don't buy Grace product.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
We tell them already,
Right.
true. Yes. All right, you see, all right. So what we tell them for boycott Jamaica now with the barrel. Because remember, you know, Chinese to them to stop getting money. So when instead of them I sell all deal down there in Ratty. To the school kid, look here. Me have it from yesterday. Police video, let me show you a little thing. Look here. Never show
Say a lie, man. Tell me say a lie. Tell me say a joke, man. No, man. Tell me say a joke, man.
I'm not
I know they're selling them e-cigarettes.
I'll show you this before we leave.
I know they're selling e-cigarettes.
Yeah, let me draw for the deal and show you. Look here. Look at this. Let me show you something.
And by the way, anybody know anything about Grace buying out Red Stripe? I don't know about that.
No,
Some of them are then, you know,
Heineken owns a Red Stripe.
See them there?
What that in a store?
Look at some of them top and look there.
In a store?
In the store. And them are sell them in the store. Them have them. I just tell this video now. Come just tell them some video. Go in there and just video it. Them are sell the vape too. Son of school and them are sell pit ring. And the police them dead it. And the people them outside are buy it from the Chinese. This is what them are do to the kids them. And the kids them are buy them, you know. Dildo, you know. You saw some of them that hook me and know how them that when them use that how them take it back, you know, because it have a hook. We don't know what that hook there for. Yeah? Dildo in our place. Yeah? This wrong. It's wrong. Yeah? And a little school pit them are buy them too, you know. What them are do with dildo now? A book couldn't take, you know, man. Be nice. Some of them people, them a boat man now man I buy dildo, you know. So you know, I'm not afraid
you know that
yes.
tell me there's a market feed because you know the demand and supply. That tell me say there's a market feed because the market not that them now buy. So you're right. The morals are the people, man. The morals.
You have to change up this. But them to stop it from come to off. You can't have dildo in a
Oh, you gonna stop it? Well, I know. But how you stop it from control WAF when them control WAF?
That's how I get something that this wrong. Yeah.
Them control WAF.
This them thing around, but them are sell the vape too, you know. And the brethren are saying in sister in grade 8, that and a grade 8. She hook on the vape. It's wrong.
Yeah, there are today where e-cigarettes are a problem for school-age children. Yes.
You understand? Them think they wrong. And some quick ring. Eh? Them thing are wrong. Them thing that them dildo there, them dildo leave it for drunk or where them in them use dildo too, you know. And some of them think them a dildo them use, you know. But not carry it to Jamaica. Carry it to drunk or yeah. Yes. You understand? Yes, we don't want them thing in the place. The police should go and shut down them thing and clear it now. Right now. It's wrong. It's wrong, man. And one woman will walk around, if you stop the foolishness, no more else. Stop it. One time you want to find them in a Jamaica and a Ratty. So people that say, you're mad, you're crazy. Can you imagine them have dildo in a, that you can walk in and say, I can have dildo right now? Dildo. It gone. Jamaica gone. Yeah? Fear. All these kind of things, not Jamaica gone. Not running. Yeah? Yeah. It gone, man. See? So we ask about them for the barrel, buy the clothes, them, because fake clothes, fake all kind of things. Buy it and send it down, serve longer. Barrel money drop now, these are for clear. Buy it, buy the food. So if you buy 100 pounds of flour, rice, and them things, so you can't buy it at Grace. Because them have to buy it at Grace, you know. I tell them before, you know. Including the Western Union. I tell them before. Yes. You understand? Yes. Yeah, man. Dan Webber them good, you know. Remember, him have dual citizenship. In good, in all right. Boy cat Grace. I want for boy cat a bank. We don't know if we want to start from NCB, which it'll be nice. But what for boy cat a bank? Don't send the money to them neither. We need to do it. If the people them get serious and do that, them good enough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The bank them just got 300 million in a ratty. And nobody not get locked up on nothing, you know.
What
300 million.
What we are hope is that people get inspired by what we are doing over here, you know, because we have to do this, you know, but we feel compelled to do it. And we are not the ones who are directly suffering, you know, under the yoke of oppression and all of the things, and the evil policies and things with the government and the corruption with the government involved in. So if we can do this over here, so make this be a jump start for one of them to say, all right, hey, you know what, if them can't do it and them now suffer directly, we are suffer every day, right? So then we can do it too. And believe me, we will support you guys and girls down there. We will, because the whole away a family. And we can't sit down and watch them suffer and not come in and help. So we are doing our little part right here. So now, we have to start the phone little part. So December now, we don't know if you expect no money. Money are coming for buy medicine. It will come November, right? But December food, just barrel, just food, right? No foreign exchange now come for support no corrupt government. That not happen. And we are going to show them now. Because you see all of them steps where we are take. Nobody never ever think and do them things, I know. Nobody. No. So this is what we are gonna do, because we need the government now. We need to bend the government. When we say bend them from the corrupt practices that they're involved in now and make them come straight. Make them come now and deal with them now as constituents, as the real bosses of Jamaica, because I own the boss, you know. I own the boss. So bend them from the crooked way with them then and just straighten them up. I make them come now and deal with them. You should not fight to get water. You should not fight to get good roads. You should not fight to get good health care, education. Them things are basic things we are talking about where any government supposed to take care and provide for the people. This not happen. But when you look now, look on all of the politicians and say, tell me if you have no poor politicians, you know, the top them, if none of them poor. No. And if you look at how when them going to politics, how them pocket did look. Pocket never fat. Most of them pocket never fat. Pocket fat, no. And the pocket fat because the money we're supposed to spend on Uno gone off for them pocket.
But somebody just asked me to explain Pan Grace. Another Grace of the company, but I could just explain them to explain about Grace. But we cannot. We say Grace and other company like Grace mean Jamaica not good, Jamaica gonna right pan top. Because look on this. No farmer have more job and more work and send more things. Because them can things. What Grace said. Even them cock soup and them thing, no seasoning and them thing there. But when you look at them thing when they are coming with it a can from out of Jamaica and come in. Yeah, when you call them ice guy,
read the label.
The consumer. It don't make no sense. You understand? And them work with government, them get waivers and all kind of things. They're not do nothing for them. Never work at them.
Yeah, but when all they have to do is read the label.
Job. Create the job them there, create it to the farmers and get a company where them manufacture food and sell things and all kind of things. Don't play with them. You understand? Stop support them, them not support them. It's a one-way street. You have to get real. Yes, Maria.
Yeah, I was saying all they have to do is read the label, product off. And when they take for Grace, they look at where it's produced. You have Brazil, you have Malaysia, you have Sri Lanka, all over the place except Jamaica. If it says product of Jamaica, then you know then That is, but if it's not, then it is facilitating a factory that is someplace else other than Jamaica. So most of the products from Grace are not produced in Jamaica.
True.
And what happened? What another thing? People, you in order to have success, you have to have sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. Success will just come so. And what it means is that going to have to go sacrifice one of the months them. And we have to say December because that's when most foreign currency end up in Jamaica. Because talking to the government is not going to resolve anything. People have been talking to the government for years, right? Inside and outside of Jamaica, and them just continue doing what them doing. So them don't understand when you talk to them. What them understand is when you do things and them say you're serious. Because I can't begin to tell you how many people are calling and say, boy, the protest them won't ask. Even JLP member, senior members are calling and say, boy, the protest won't go on, the prime minister not happy, I'm say, good. Him to do something now about it, him not happy. Help out the people, him. Because we're not gonna stop. Right? So people, if it means that una have to go tighten on the belt. Because where we are planning is that at some point in time, soon, you're going to loosen the belt because no, the good times are gonna come. Right now it's lean times, and we have to make the sacrifice. We have to make them know that we mean business. And like I said, once you start hit them like grace, if you start hit grace at the bottom, on the bottom line, the profit, right?
Yes. Can remember them have to talk to share all that to people. So them have
Exactly.
to ask the question where they, yo, where you do? You the man them
Yeah.
say. It's when it's
And
done that. Remember them over it, so we understand it. So the over it, for 1 month, 2 months, when they have to spend, remember enough for enough of them big boys them have to pay.
And then and then we're her spearhead with talking to the politicians. Them, if we can get the politicians, may I talk politicians in America. If we can get the politicians in America to start take action against them, a serious problems them are gonna face, Serious problems. More problems than anything what could happen to them in Jamaica by talking to them. Because talking to them is not going to help. And even by talking to the opposition to talk to the government of Jamaica, that not really move them. But when you come and you talk to a politician or you talk to State Department in America and say, watch out, we need to take some action against this one and that one and this one and that one because we believe them are rob. Them are rob the poor people of Jamaica, and them are rob the money we UNA send for the poor people of Jamaica. And we see the money in a place like Miami, USA, we see it up in Canada, we see it somewhere in the UK, we see it all over the Caribbean. And we want to grab the money back them. Them things that will get the government to start take action in a positive way for the people. But if we just talk to them and talk to them and talk to them and talk to them, them just pay a lip service. Yes, and nothing gets done. So this diaspora, this team I say right here, so fantastic 4 and 5, a different thing, a different movements, and we not stop until government do what it's supposed to do for the people. And like him said, we're holding them accountable. Not my words.
Not mine. Maria, are your words? Maria, your words? Not your Herb, are your words?
Not mine.
So, and a few words that are the Prime Minister tell me to do what we are doing here. And him say, we must hold him accountable. I want to stop finding excuses.
I'm following his example. He said it.
So this way I do. And him can't tell me to change it, because this is what him say what to do. So we are doing, we are giving him a helping hand. Him should have thank you, Him should have thank you. I say, no, but that means me tell the man them to do this. All me need to do as a Prime Minister, do the right thing. So they will not hold me accountable because me tell them to hold Prime Minister accountable and that them I do. Them not do wrong.
Well, I just wonder if that was a genuine cry for help.
Yeah.
He trapped.
Or a man to trap on a house a bill for 800 million and do him can him not trap him good. Him good for female. Jamaican people bad. So him not trap him know where him a do. So we know where we are do where hold him accountable. Him tell us to do that.
The thing people have to realize that corruption control is what they say would finally get Jamaica's GDP growth up to 5%. Right now, it's languishing 1 to 2%.
Mm.
And
One to the
if you
4 and
go-
5.
Huh?
One to the 4 and 5.
Yeah. Well, when Lichin came in, what did he say he was going to do?
The 4 and 5.
But it must disappear for the, when we run the commercial. Voila.
Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, in association with the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, presents on the 26th of July 2024 Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica. Join us in conference as we speak against corruption, crime, poverty, failed healthcare, poor education, and injustice in Jamaica. This takes place on the 26th of July at 1320 Ellesmere Road, Ontario, Canada. This conference starts 3 till 10 p.m. Guest speakers on the day: Wayne Lonesome, Will Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, Herb Nelson Jr., Aromatic, Sister Maria, Jamaican Carlos, Dr. Rupert Francis, Jeffrey Tavares, and more. This is going to be a very important event for all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. Don't miss this event if you care about our country. Jamaicans in the diaspora, we can make a difference.
Wow, beautiful. Remember, and I'm saying word them where you was going to see me. So when him come in back and I like, well, you something different, you know. And same word because we are listen. You know, we are playing words them and then we have a conversation. We're going to hold them by words. Yes, not our words, not my words.
You know, while I watch the thing, it just run across my mind about accountability. The people elected you to do their bidding. You're supposed to take care of the people. And you sit down in a parliament working on behalf of the people. And you're listening to a speech, and a man is talking, another parliamentarian is talking to you about truthfulness and things that your wife did, and you got up and walk out and say you represent the people. How you represent the people by doing that? How you represent the people?
Saying it was a low blow.
Yeah, we expect if opposition do that, fine. But you are the government. You are run the thing. You are run, and so you work half day that day there, and you get full pay.
Yes.
You walk out.
But the other day now, when him come back now, remember him say low blow, you know, low blow, and him have the thing before. But the other day when him come back, he said, "You are the best baby father. Your wife, you have a wife, this son. She have 2 sons for you. And your wife, and she had the speaker, you say, "You are the best baby father that alone embarrassing, that name low blow." You know, and then we are the best, number one, the word in a matter for you talk about. So even if you want to be a copycat and you use best baby father for what for ideas, you shouldn't use the word baby father. You have to operate by your wife. That not look good. You have other woman sit down in there, you know. Other female sit down. You think them feel good. You have other female sit down. Some female already might call your name with. It not look good for your wife. You should even say it.
No. You know, we used to say something like that. We say the truth bite the brute. Because how somebody can get on your skin by telling you the truth and you just get up and say low blow and walk out. And the people might pay you. The people might pay if you sit down and listen to what the other person has said, right? No, you get a chance, you get your chance to come back, whether the person that tell truth or false, you are gonna get a chance to come back and you get up and walk out. No, man.
And you get that, and you're doing it on a 200% pay raise.
I get 200, yeah, exactly.
200%.
All of them getting it, 200% pay raise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, you got the brochure? I don't see the brochure all night.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna play the another brochure. I'm gonna play the lightning.
Oh, the promo.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The lightning, I play to man. Lightning at the ass. You have to flash the lightning pandemic now.
Well, I wish I had that power.
See lightning, yeah.
Eternal Father, bless, guide us with thy mighty hand, keep us free from evil. justice, truth be forever, Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Response to duty's call. Strengthen us the weak to change. Give us wisdom lest we perish. Not
The following is a public service announcement. The Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force and One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation invite Jamaican patriots in the DMV area and beyond to the third staging of A Day of Protest. Meet us on Saturday, June 15th, 2024 from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the front of the Embassy of Jamaica, 1520 New Hampshire Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20036. That's a day of protest for Jamaicans who want the best solutions for Jamaica. Saturday, June 15th at 9 a.m. in front of the Embassy of Jamaica, 1520 New Hampshire Avenue Northwest in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Listen to Reason with Radigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. on YouTube and Reggae Global Radio for further information and updates.
Make sure.
Brother,
Yes,
you remember this, you know? Remember this? It's the same prime minister, you know? And you know what? We not thinking with the last 5 minutes of an interview with me, you, Herb, or Maria. Because you know why? Him thin-skinned. We'll get on him skin. And there's so much to ask him. Because
You can't
remember...
call me Ratty.
Well, I
You
know.
can't call me.
Well, I
Who's
know.
the guy?
It's the same. Remember, no, it's the same person, you know, who said, you know why the country now run good? Essentially, me I paraphrase what him said. You know why the country now run good? Because we're not getting the pay. We're not
I'm
getting
gonna
the
play it in
pay.
a Ratty.
And then him get the pay and walk out.
Ratty, well, I'm gonna play that. I want them
Them
hear
get the
it
pay
too.
and walk
I
out.
mean, them know. Remember, play it, Ratty. I'm gonna play it.
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna play
hold
this
on,
first. I'm
hold
gonna
on.
play.
But you see with him, when he
For an
walk out,
online
you know, when he
magazine.
walk out, okay. When he
Let me play. Sorry, I'm gonna play this. No, finish Ratty. I'm gonna play this.
yeah,
And
when he walk out, you know, you probably can't say, but him are the leader, but him say him never take the pay. But all of the others, all of them who are get the 200+% increase, them walk out, them turn them back on the Jamaican people. Oh, no can't stomach this. How no can't stomach this? Oh, no need for protest. Need for protest.
I'm gonna play this.
If
Go
you're
ahead.
looking for an online magazine aiming to captivate and empower, look no further than Daisy Magazine. Daisy Magazine is the leading online publication in the US. Subscribe to Daisy Magazine, the digital subscription publication. Subscribe at www.magster.com/p/Daisy. Subscribe to the leading online publication, Daisy Magazine.
And make sure to subscribe. I'm telling you already, you know. Remember, I'm a member, you know, remember no tablet on there. Una have listen enough for it, well, me have so much people where me fling so much I have well. Me fling where they cover bong them. So I read people around here when them so much thousand. Someone wanna run go over there, son, man. Una make sure una go over there, no man. Me still wanna tell you, no matter talk I could know. Una go over there, una go over there. Me know the foolishness. As we do some boom and sign out, make sure. Maria can also wanna come and subscribe. You know? Not true, Maria. Not true.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so on the council work.
And it's a magazine, not YouTube, not YouTube, because I think they're confused with the YouTube. It's a magazine.
Oh, them,
At the very least, you know, all Claridonians, you know, no have no excuse, you know, not for support sis, you know. All Claridonians, we have to set the trend. We have to go. Because if we no go at the whole we are come, but it no look right for say a man from Kingston go and we know so it's come from Clarendon and Clarendon people now support the thing. So all Claridonians we have to go. We are come to, you know, but all Claridonians have to go.
All of them. Not true. Hey, Batty, here where the Prime Minister said, but we're going to play with him saying, I show us a theme word where I follow. Yeah. And my word.
Is 200% effective April 1, 2024. More on this report from Shalois Michael.
An underpaid political class cannot deliver what the country demands. That's the word from Prime Minister Andrew Holness in defending the decision by his government to give a better pay to parliamentarians.
We sat in the cabinet and we agonized even whether or not we should even take any increase. Not something that we took lightly, because we know that there are persons who will try to make political fodder over it. As a country, what has plagued us is that we have treated the political class with schizophrenia and disdain. The truth is, you get the quality of governance that you elect. And every government is afraid to touch it, because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more, and the country not running well? The country not running well because of that very reason. You have chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
The Prime Minister was speaking earlier on.
No. If the Prime Minister said the country not run well, oh, when I tell me say the country run well. He said whenever I pay him, say not run well. And my word, not my word. Do I tell your word? Are you sure the country not running well?
No, here are my words. Here are my words. Him say that they agonize over it because people take it as political fodder, right? And him going to say that they do it because because of the state of how the country are run, right? So they must forget people. When we talk about is, you know what? We should, when we consider it, we should really consider about the ordinary Jamaican who not getting 200-300% raise. How them are gonna manage? We have to go manage that situation there first before we can talk about our raise. And then give the people enough time for even this is something the people them should have decided and say, don't forget raise or not forget raise. This is something the people them should have said, we are gonna do it based on results, production. Right? The people them, this is one instance where the people should have said, "Uno deserve a raise," and how much them forget the raise for. Them do it themselves. And when say the country now run right because you have an underpaid class, which is them. So what to the other people who underpaid? We are talking about the laborers, the maids, them and all of them people there, the unskilled people them. What to them people who by the way, from the bulk of Jamaica. Want to them, the farmers, and want to them people there. So we need, one thing we need to do, we've been doing it, is we need to reinforce this message. We need to play them videotapes, yeah. We need to play them morning, noon, and night. We need to share them with our friends and our family and our neighbors. We need to play them on every single bloggers program. Because this is the only way we can get it's not the heads of some Jamaican people. When you keep hammering in it, we can't do the 9-day wonder where we play it now and we're not play it again for 3, 4, 5 months. No, we're not gonna get it every day. We're not get it every day. We're not get it. And as the man in the wilderness said, not my words. He never play, the voice pan that a while ago was not his voice. I'm sure it wasn't her, that not sound like Herb. No. Definitely not Maria and not my voice. So we know, and another we feel revise. We just have clear what somebody said. And we for hold that.
And like him said the country run when him said now run because the very same reason. Who choose to do an underpay political class? Who choose? Give a vote for him.
Yeah, the man blame the voters. Them say, who not choose an underpaid a class of politicians. That's why we not get them to
perform.
So no. The voters choose the politicians them. Yeah. So whenever I go back and say voters, who not choose how much them forget pay. Whenever I go back and do that and say, who do it based on the performance. If you like your MP and who talk and make it come together and figure out how much money we are going to pay them. Whenever I do that. So it's like he might punish them for elect an underpaid class. He might say, who no do it? So we are going to raise the pay now. And them raise the pay. Ask Jamaicans this question. Since the pay raise, has Jamaica improved? Has your life improved since the pay raise? Simple question. And the answer will be no. For most people, it will be no. Life not improve at all. the life improve for them politicians there.
But let me well, I know inside the country not running well. But in the said it's true, you know. Let me show you on flip flop. Look here. Come here, the video them, you know. Look here. Hear this. Hear that one here.
I said to all my MPs, we are in the business of public service. We're not in it for ourselves. We're not in it to make ourselves better. We are in it to make your life better off. And the moment that you feel that you are in politics for yourself, then I say to all of my MPs, the moment that it is appearing that you are in it for yourself and not for the people, that is the time when you should leave the scene as a politician.
All right, so him say that, and then him come say this now. Let me play it
On Thursday, at a ceremony to pay respect to the late former Prime Minister Hugh Shearer.
No, I'm gonna play it back.
As much as 200% effective April 1, 2024. More on this report from Shalois Michael.
An underpaid political class cannot deliver what the country demands. That's the word from Prime Minister Andrew Holness in defending the decision by his government to give a better pay to parliamentarians.
We sat in the cabinet and we agonized even whether or not we should even take any increase. Not something that we took lightly, because we know that there are persons who will try to make political fodder over it. As a country, what has plagued us is that we have treated the political class with schizophrenia and disdain. The truth is, you get the quality of governance that you elect. And every government is afraid to touch it, because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. Because of that very reason, you have chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
The Prime Minister.
So him they said this before, you know. Remember, you know. Yeah, when him said him they have a serve you, and then when I play this, him just say in 2024 this. Him said that one day before. In last year. Listen again. Listen again when I said before that one day. Listen.
You know, I said to all my MPs,
if I'm not this,
we are in the business of public service.
Public service.
We're not in it for ourselves. We're not in it to make ourselves better. We are in it to make your life better off.
Oh.
And the moment that you feel that you are in politics for yourself, then I say to all of my MPs, the moment that it is appearing that you are in it for yourself and not for the people, that is the time when you should leave the scene as a politician.
It's a goddamn disgrace and shame. But you come to the country now run well because
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, but you hear what I'm saying? You hear him say? Him said that is the time when you should leave. Him said that is the time when I'm gonna kick you out of the parliament.
Yeah, you say
you leave it up to your conscience for you. That's why they have so much corruption. That's why they have so much of them were corrupt still in there. Him not ask them to leave.
No.
He must say, no, you leave on your own.
As a politician.
You leave on your own.
He must tell you to leave, and you must see it. We know unite to make ourselves better. But look what them have. I know you say the country now run when because we not pay you good. You see him contradict himself. That 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. I have all of the footage then. We just help him out.
We pay them quite well, handsomely, right?
Yes.
And we pay them for,
but we pay them for the money. You say not for that.
No, and we pay them for the what? We pay them for take care Jamaicans on the island, and we pay them for take care of Jamaica. And yet we have plane flying and violate airspace with 200 and some odd people, and them not charge none of them for illegal entry. Not one. Not one.
Yeah.
Right? And when them do, people are telling me, people are party at what? $350 for a party now, And the cost of living has gone up in Jamaica. And what them don't have a livable wage. You can't live on that. What, 13,000? How you can live on 100% at 8,000? How you can live on that? You cannot live on that. Because it's supposed to be 16. So them are rob your tree because them say
Yes,
raise it
yes.
by 100%, and you only get 13. So 3,000. I don't know where the 3,000 gone. You cannot lift on how you go say you take care of the people of Jamaica when you lift the tariffs on imports, so that now the man them can bring in products like scallion and this and that, and them not pay no duty, no tax, no tariffs on it. How the farmers them are going to survive now? Tell me how the farmers them are going to survive. And who's, by the way, we're concerned now about GMOs. Who's checking them products when them come in say them not GMO? How we know that? We don't know. Because the Bureau of Standards, I mean, God bless them. God bless them. Them can't do everything for protect the country, because look on how the Chinese flood Jamaica with products.
They're not protect the country.
And nobody can't. How much of them check for the standards and say these standards, we can live with these standards. Or no, these standards this product is dangerous. When last year they come out with something and say this product coming in the country is dangerous?
Not until somebody carry one a dildo up and say this dildo it a tickle me out and do something, and then them do something about the dildo. Everywhere standard.
but here what happen?
Yes.
It cannot be one of the poor people. By the way, poor people have no reason for going to go pay $19,000. I think I say that at the price for dildo. No. Yeah, take the $19,000 buy school
19,000.
I think a 19,000. What?
That
190 or 19,000? Whatever. Me say 19. Me don't know. Me don't know $19. Yeah. But when it happen, when one of the people up on the hill get infected or get some kind of disease or something wrong with them because of using the plastic or something like that, that's when you go see them ban it. That's when. And them will ban it quietly too, because them don't want to give the information, such and such wife or whatever, or whatever. Because you just don't say man I buy dildo to something. No.
Man, you the one of them I buy dildo. I been in them back pocket. Man, I pause and say when they look something does, and when they look at man, I put up, when you look at two dildo, I draw down him shirt a back pocket, I draw down back pocket. See what I say? I draw down him shirt over in back pocket.
When we
dildo have color too now. Brown, black, white, and that kind of color. Man, I say, man, them and if I man, I wear him look. The back pocket, I put like two dildo. That's no man. You're too brave, man.
When me just start my program, 2 years ago, in the Jamaica, I talk to a very prominent businessman, a bastion of the society, a pillar of the community. And I talk to him about, programming on how would I get information and whatnot. And he looked at me and he said to me, you don't have to worry about getting content because Jamaica is content rich. And I never believe him. I did not believe him.
You want me to say something about the place right now, about the whole place?
Bust up the place.
You want me to speak truth for you? You want me to say something to you?
Bust up the place.
Enough artists buy the lot, Your artists, yes. And me know you laugh and see. You don't laugh. Some of them have girl, no. None of them are laughing at somebody want something. Want something to say. You think, serious. Remember, enough past have it too. You understand? Enough past have it. You have some police have them deal too. Yeah, you have someone pass with it at the man bag and then think about enough man buy it. Enough artists buy dildo. No buy dildo too. So you have to talk the truth to power, not true. Yes. Yeah, man. Nobody you have to speak the truth to power, Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Where's the lady? Lady love, yes, oh my God. But I have to speak truth to power. That's a karate.
Same so.
Okay? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The man, them have it, man. Ratty. A food time, them people that want food, boy.
All right.
It's too nice, but me not hungry sucker my belly. I knock,
I hear you, right.
Hold on, before you see that virgin at Churchill, right? A DJ, no watch your face. Him have dildo, Churchill, no, you're right and saying have the dildo. You did have a brown dildo, Churchill. I never tell life about the you'd have a brown dildo. Yes. You have a brown dildo. You still have a dildo, Churchill. The man draw the card for you, Churchill have a you know. Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Churchill have a
wait,
dildo. Yeah, man.
listen.
Eh?
What I'll just repeat what I asked. I just got in the delivery, Ratty, from the people revising the flyer to make it the big poster,
Right.
right? So I'll get that to the printers hopefully by tomorrow.
Okay.
But the what the strategy for the week of 10 to 14 June is for you to reach out in your local areas to your Congress people. Ask for a meeting with your congressman, woman, or the legislative aide. And then we should have some paperwork prepared, flyers that explain Global Magnitsky Act. It explains the Foreign Bribery Act. It explains also something that we have not really been pushing, but over the last 10 years, because of the problems with an illegal state of emergency and abuse of and killing of people, we can also request the Lay Act be applied to the security forces, not just to the police, but to the police, the military, and anybody else coming to the United States for any kind of training. That would be canceled and the funds to support the forces withdrawn. We have to go all in or none at all, because what's going on is nonsense, and we're aware of the fact that the government is not listening to us. We're aware of the fact that the government is stubborn and that they believe that they're holier than thou and they don't need to listen to us. Well, if they want to be believers, take a look at Public Law 114-291 that allows us here in the United States to present to our congresspersons cases for improving the well-being of populations in Caribbean islands. And we're talking about Jamaica in this case. I'll deal with Haiti and the rest of them later on. But Jamaica, particularly now, before things get out of hand, before things can get out of control, before all this backsliding take us down a path where we don't want to be, we need for the people in the chat and your friends, tell 10 friends that they can in fact go to the local office within your zip code or adjoining zip code and ask for the appointment, or just submit paperwork saying you'd like to get the Global Magnitsky Act, the Foreign Bribery Act, the Leahy Law, and the FARA rules concerning the organizations that are collecting money within your area and doing it on behalf of the government. You can do this, people, and you can have an impact, and you can change the way that they disrespect us, because it's disrespect when you collect $460,000 in the Northeast, and the Northeast leaders of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Committee have no clue what the government did with the money. None whatsoever. So rather than sit around and wait, that's how you activate, that's how your action will help us. Also, I've pointed out that your kids, my kids, are eligible to attend historically black colleges and universities, and that they're going broke for lack of funds. The government has not been funding them to the tune of billions of dollars. And where's the billions of dollars being sent to? It's being sent down to Caribbean islands who have no accountability and who have no transparency. So when the government of Jamaica decides it's going to change the way it operates, respond to the diaspora with some accountability and transparency and show good faith, then I suggest we can stop sending these letters in. But we need to get those actions going. And when you do come to Washington, yes, go in and talk to your Congress people. A reminder, the House of Representatives, we will be there all day on the 12th of June from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. The U.S. Senate will be there from 9 to 1 p.m. on the 13th of June. That's the 12th and the 13th. We return to the House for closeout with the Black Caucus, the Caribbean Caucus, and some other assorted Congress people from the Republican and Democratic sides, or independents. That will be between 6 to 8 p.m. on the 13th of June, right? But if we're going to make an impact, if we're going to make our voices heard, you have to begin where you live. I talk about the concentric circles as the methodology of problem solving. You start with the innermost circle, you, and then you can work out from there. Get your neighbors to do it. Get your friends to do it. Get your family to do it, right? But take action, all right? I'm urging you. Don't just listen to us. Don't sit back and say, no, we need that action. We need that activity. That's when your congressman, who you have to vote for come November, that's when they're going to take you seriously, or why they're going to take you seriously. Because you have asked them to do something that you have ignored all these years, and now you're asking them, and they're saying, oh, well, this is my constituent, so I got to take some kind of action. So when we speak to them about it on the 13th of June, it won't be Greek to them. It won't be the first time they're hearing this. They would have heard it from you in their constituency, right? Come the 14th of June, you have an open day to go make your appointments on that day if you come in early. If you come in the afternoon before Congress is out, go see them anyway. And then come Saturday morning on the 15th, we'll do a protest. We're protesting the government. We're not protesting an individual. Even though we'll have news of certain individuals for your edification. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we're going to have some Mickey Mouse group show up and try to mock us. Let's see if they're going to take us seriously. Let's see if they're going to listen. We have sent letters appealing to this ambassador, 2 letters from Dr. Francis. We don't need to send any more. We need them to show us good faith, which they have not shown us. Changing a few things with the 10th biennial presentation isn't going to help. We need them to show good faith, straighten up and fly right, as we like to say. Thank you. Wayne? All right.
Yes, my brother. Yes, man. Yes, man. All right. So it's a full time now. Ratty, it's a full time now. When I agree. All right, people. We don't know why I'm going to bed, you know, because we are talking.
Don't want you to talk some more, Wayne.
Yeah, but we have to go, yeah, man, we have to go eat, man, because, you know, we can't stand that thing no more, you know, so we're going to go eat some food, you know. Up until time, yeah? Later. We out, yeah?
All right, gentlemen.
Bless you, Canada. Have a good week. Have a good week. Thank everybody.